Let's talk about some real steps. Let me get the layout straight. First of all, let's get the layout sorted. Fluid panel. What does that mean? What does fluid panel mean? It's quite interesting. Quite rare that we do 2 consecutive days, and I'm not even sure if anyone can actually hear me or not. I guess TikTok is playing up again. And if it is playing up again and you guys can't hear me, that means it's definitely my account and not TikTok. So if you are coming in, guys, let me know if you can hear me or not. That would be great because I've got no clue if this is working again or not. Jan, if you are here as well, let's have a look and see if you can hear me. That's Janan, by the way. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, because my box isn't lighting up again, and I'm hoping we don't get the same problems as yesterday, because that will be that'll be interesting. If it's 2 days in a row, then it's definitely my account, and it's not TikTok. So let's see what you can get up to tonight at TikTok. Let's see if you can help us out for once. Again, for some reason, TikTok doesn't like talking about the Cyprus problem. sorry, guys. I'm guessing it doesn't like the Cyprus problem, or it just doesn't like our Cyprus problem. Nothing happened, Fatima, sorry. Yesterday, we had some technical problems. Screen went blank. It kept dropping down. It kept playing up. Something very unusual was happening yesterday. I like to think it was all of TikTok, not just me, but who knows? Who knows, right? Hard to tell these days. Chef. So I'm guessing you are a chef, which is cool. Joining together, are you crazy? What's wrong with joining together, my young friend? What's wrong with joining together? Any good chef knows you need to be joining together and having a good team, no? We are a team, the North and South. We are the same people. Unless you can prove me wrong. Other Chayla, I think you're up. I'm not sure if you're up by accident or not. I have not heard from you for a very long time, my friend. Ash is saying Christians have forgot the 6 pointed stars are the cruise. I'm not even going to say that, man. I'm not even going to say that. This isn't about religion. This is not about religion. This is about North and South. And the chef is saying, get Turkey out of what? Okay, that's fine, man. What about the Turkish Cypriots? Talk to me about the Turkish Cypriots. This isn't about Turkey. This is about the Turkish Cypriots. Tell me what you think about that. Get the Turkish Cypriots out too. I'm not sure if you've ever been informed or if you know the situation, or maybe you've been misinformed. I'm Greek Cypriot, right? And I do believe that the Turkish Cypriots have the right to be there just as much as the Greek Cypriots do. Now, obviously, you're trolling if you're saying that Greek Cypriots are the only ones that belong to the island. You may or may not know what happened, and the fact that you're saying I'm tapped means you're obviously like a 12-year-old, because only 12-year-olds say tapped. So yeah, I guess you can still keep trying to be a bad man, or you can just do a bit of research, right? Yeah, maybe grow up a little bit there, chef, and then we can see if we can move forward. Yeah, see, Turkey invaded. Have you asked yourself why they invaded? Have you looked into the situation? Have you looked into the past? Have you looked into what's been happening since for the last 50 years? I don't think so. For some reason, I don't think that you have. Maybe you should. Maybe you should, and then you can come back in 5 minutes. Go and do a quick Google search. Come back in 5 minutes. I'll let you up on the panel. You can talk to us. No, there, Alex.
No, let them up now while there's not a lot of people here. We give them a quick education if they want.
Yeah, go on. His name is C. He's Greek Cypriot, and he thinks that Turkish Cypriots shouldn't be in Cyprus.
Come up, see? My fucking thing's glitched. I can't get rid of my keyboard.
I think I'm still glitching, to be honest, from yesterday. I don't think it's TikTok.
Let me have a look. Let me just
I think it's us, man. I think someone's onto us for some reason. I don't know why. We've obviously pissed some people off. Fatma is saying, okay, you aloned 3 people. Hi, Alex. Alex, a popular one out here, ain't he? Alex, a popular one. I can't say your name again. Turkey invaded because they want to revive the Ottoman Empire again. I don't think that's fact. I think you need to be fact-checking that stuff. Alex, you back?
Yeah, it's fine. My I was messaging Ella to you, and then you let me up, and then I don't know. The keyboard wouldn't go.
Oh, it's better now,
Weird.
yeah. So Sofo in the comments is saying no. He said Turkey, not Turkish Cypriots. No, man.
Oh, it says Turkey mainland.
I asked him. He said Turkish Cypriots as well. If you scroll up a bit, Sofo, maybe you can get through to the poor guy.
His name's Chris.cyp.
Is it
I think
okay?
he's trolling, bro. Click on his profile. Look.
See with the chef
Yeah, man.
Ah, he's a Gibril. Yeah, he's a
Gibraltar.
Gibril.
He's winding up.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't know because
He's
it's not the first time.
Turkish Cypriot.
No, he's Greek Cypriot, but I don't think there is some Greek Cypriots who don't really know exactly what happened. So
Yeah, a lot of their
he's
history
ignorant.
starts in '74, bro.
Yeah, it's very very possible he is a bit ignorant too.
a lot of the history, '74 onwards, mate.
Yeah.
Literally.
What are we saying?
What are we saying tonight?
Yeah, what are we saying
Let's
tonight?
see what we get up. Let's see what gets thrown our way, and then take it like that.
Yeah, look, you know me. I like to read the comments in the beginning, but I prefer if you guys in the comments look. If you've got time and you got the energy, come on up. Come on up. It's much better to have a debate and a discussion than it is in the comments. Although, you know what, Alex, it is quite fun in the comments. I can't lie, man.
Oh, bro, sometimes I do shit in the comments. I've been doing it a lot recently as well. And here's jokes down there.
It is, but you got to keep up to date with it because you know the messages, they keep moving. So you've just got to try and keep up to date with the jokes, especially. What's he saying? What's Yanni saying? He said, I heard that it was because Hellas supported a government that... What? What's that saying?
I heard that he was Hellas supported a government that won't want to
Yeah, that's what I
unite
got
with
stuck,
him.
yeah. That could be seen either way, man.
I heard that it was because Hellas supported a government that wouldn't. I don't know.
I stole when we won.
I have no idea.
You can.
Is he trying to say that it all started because of Hellenism?
Yeah, it's that one word that could mean anything. Look, the one is saying comments better than listening to the radicals. Have we had any radicals up, Alex? I don't think we've had any radicals lately.
No, not really.
I don't think so.
I don't think we get many anyway. And the ones that do, they swing in and out.
They're in the comments usually, I think.
Yeah. They never come up. They are just in the comments.
Yeah, look, I know some
It's
people.
the usual there. Cyprus is Greek. Cyprus is Turkish. I mean,
yeah, some people are shy as well to come up though. We have to give them a bit of leeway there because it's not an easy thing to be up here, man. It's
the religious.
Do you remember your first time?
Yeah, I do.
Was it easy?
Yeah, it was actually quite nerve-wracking. Actually, stuttering. If you pause to think, you're fucked. You just got to go with it.
Yeah, you can't stop to think because then you'll get interrupted, or that subject will just move on so quick.
I know who that comment is dagged at by the one, but I'll just leave it there.
What's that comment? What's it say? The religious one who wants Sharia. Okay. You guys still got an issue?
Yeah.
After all these years, I'm sure you guys would have figured it out by now.
Yeah.
It's been at least a year since we started this.
I don't think they're ever going to solve that one, mate, to be honest with you. More chance of Cyprus.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I'd rather solve the Cyprus one, to be fair. Mus is saying 2-state solution only. And then Sofo is saying Cyprus is Cypriot. Yeah, man. I think we can agree with that one.
Mus, would 2-state really work, though, for everyone without recognition? That's the problem. He said 2-state only.
Yeah, Mario saying it's an advert for contraception. Yeah, we got Nigo here. How you doing, Nigo? How you doing, my Nigo? Yes, is it Gala? Yeah, Greek or Greek Cypriot?
Greek Georgian, actually.
Georgian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting mix. What's pushed you to join a Cypriot life?
Like
you like Cyprus?
I served my military. How do you say it in English?
Yeah, you served your military. Yeah, you served your military
in Cyprus. In Cyprus. Yeah, when you get enlisted in the Greek military, you have the option to stay in an island or to be in Cyprus.
How long were you on the island for?
Like 3 months before I get promoted to special forces.
Oh, that's good, man. So you must have had a bit of experience with the north of Cyprus then.
Not really.
Or did they say anything to you in the army about what's going on the other side of the green? Let's call it the green fence. Although it's a green line, let's call it the green fence.
Yeah, I know that.
What were they saying to you in the army about it?
Just pretend that over the fence in the other
So
side.
not negative then, yeah?
Yeah.
And when did you do the army? How long ago?
4 years.
So 4 years ago. That's good then, man. And I'm guessing you don't have any problem with Turkish people.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, they are more of neighbors than enemies.
Oh, that's quite refreshing to hear, man. What about these comments that we're seeing down here saying, well, not today, I haven't seen any tonight, but usually we get the Greeks.
Look. In TikTok, Greeks and Turkish people hate each other.
On TikTok.
In reality, in real time, both of them want to immigrate to Germany or UK or anywhere else.
Why is it on TikTok then?
Why?
Why? Are we brave on TikTok, or are we just expressing our true opinions?
That's a big conversation.
We got a bit of time.
To be honest, I have no idea. Like, I think TikTok is a platform where you don't use your truth identity.
Most people don't.
You have to option not to.
Yeah, you get brave when you don't.
That's why you see all this toxicity in here.
Your brave levels go up when you've not got your real name or your government name online. You know?
Yeah.
You can't get Googled. You can't get Googled and found out. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. Anyway, what do you think of the Cyprus problem? You think we'll have a solution?
I think that we should leave it as it is now.
Yeah, Master Gas is saying we should warn you about Funky Fridays.
What?
Yeah, it's a Funky Friday tonight. Usually we get Greeks and Turks going at each other, getting it out of their system. It's like a therapy session. So we let them air out their concerns with each other. You know?
I'm surprised the way he spoke, this guy. I'm impressed.
I like it.
Did military, lived there, but it's not
I like it.
It's not gone to his head. Like, he's grounded. He said neighbours. He had to do his service, which is obviously it's not optional. So fair play to him.
And he's even done special forces, which is great, man. Good on you.
Yeah, I was a paratrooper.
Good on you.
Escape in the comments is asking you a question, Nico.
Who?
There's someone in the comments asking a question. He said, ask him how grateful they are to Turkey, Georgia, in
The
brackets.
Georgians.
The Georgians, basically.
It's a history. Forgive but never forget.
Okay. There you go, Escape.
What does that mean? So
I think it means forgive but never forget.
Yeah, I know. But are you saying that you've moved on from it, or you still have a bit of?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, things were way different 10 years before, 20 years before, 50 years before. Imagine 100 years before.
Yeah.
Only Escape would have a comment that would try and test this guy's resolve.
Yeah, he'd be past it.
Only Escape would come out with that comment. I gotta respect it.
Yeah.
Well answered, though, Nico. Again. But Turkey is helping Georgians against the Russians.
Do you get free protein shakes in the special forces? No, I just do jiu-jitsu.
Wait, what did you say, bro? Free protein, what?
Yeah, like
but
they
whatever.
ask me, do you get free protein shakes in the special
Bro,
forces?
that sounded something completely different.
Yeah.
And I thought you said something completely different there. You know, it's a thing though. Greeks, we can't say sh. You know, we don't say sh.
We can't say what?
Sh. SH.
Uh,
You said sakes, right? Instead of sh. I'm saying like when we speak English, especially people from
yeah,
Greece,
yeah.
the ch, you can't say the ch either, right?
You know, some accents can, like from Crete.
Yeah, from Cyprus as well.
Yeah.
Cyprus can say.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, man.
Hello there, Escape.
Salam alaikum.
Now I'm Escape.
Not much. Let me just ask Nico a question. Nico, you said you're Georgian. Do you get to go back to Georgia much?
Nah, like I don't even speak Georgian.
Oh, really? So you don't have any ties to Georgia anymore, right?
No, like my family is like seventh generation immigrants from
Wow.
Turkey.
Okay.
From Turkey. Wow, from Turkey. So.
So you've been living in the Republic of Cyprus.
Greece.
Oh, Greece. Okay, interesting. Because I know that Georgia are very reliant on Turkey right now, because of the Russian invasion.
Yeah.
They're very, very reliant on Turkey, aren't they?
I don't think he would know Escape. He brought up in Greece. He's bloody years of generations of living there, and he got sent to Cyprus to do his military service. I think it's the wrong guy to ask that question to.
So tell me about the perception of the Turkish military amongst your comrades in the Greek army.
I have no idea. I don't really interact with them.
But what do they think about the Turkish army?
I
scared?
think it's
They're
exactly like it's exactly like the Greek army.
Okay.
Like
Best of friends, huh?
What?
Best friends.
Something between best friends and worst enemies.
Yeah. Okay.
Something between that.
Escape, you gotta give this guy credit though with his answers. I mean, I know what you're trying to do with him, but to be fair, like even before you came up, all the answers he's given, it's just very like.
Well, no, of course he's a lovely guy. Obviously.
Yeah, you have to admit.
No. I'm just trying to get into someone who's been in the army. It's like when we speak to Poseidon when he comes up.
Yeah.
You know, it's been in the army. It's good to get an understanding of their perception of the other side. You know, because I've seen things. I've seen clips. I've seen the relationship between the Turkish and Greek soldiers at the border, and it's very informal. It's very relaxed. And I'm just wondering what Nico has experienced. Are they worried that Turkey is going to invade? You know,
I don't think he's done. Sorry, Nico.
The Greek
did you do
people.
Cyprus army or Greece army?
What?
Did you do Cyprus army or Greece army?
Greece army.
He's done the Greece army. It's a different thing, though.
I think he said he served in Cyprus though as well.
Yes,
He got
you have
sent
to. You
Cyprus.
have the option to serve in Cyprus.
Ah, okay.
And then he got invited to be special forces, if I'm correct, Nico, yeah?
Yeah, paratrooper and frogman.
Yeah. And then when Sof asked him earlier what he thought of the division and the Green Line, he said it's neighbours. Which, I wasn't expecting him to say, especially being in the military and the on the island.
Mate, all the kids I know who go and do the army, they just want to get it. It's not like it's something they know that they're going to have to do. They accept they're going to do it, but 9 times out of 10, they just want to do their army service, get over and get into the world.
Like you can avoid it, but not for much time.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your time in Cyprus, Nico? Have you been back since you've been released from the military?
Bro, when I had free time, I was interacting with Cyprus people. Like I'm not even kidding. I cannot understand a word of Greek Cypriot language.
It's a very different language.
Yeah, bro. They speak Greek, but they are not speaking Greek.
Yeah, it's like the Cretians. It's very similar. They have their own dialect and whatnot. You're right.
Yeah.
You
So,
know,
so you've never been told, Nigo, that the Turkish army is big and bad and they want to come after us. You've never been told that before.
Yes, I've been told that. My mother used to say that to me.
okay.
But you've made your own assumption and decision on that.
Yeah, bro, it doesn't make sense. Like, how exactly are they going to invade us? We are both NATO countries. Like, we are technically allies.
Yeah, because of NATO. Well said. I don't think Turkey and Greece will ever get into a conflict again, ever. Personally,
I agree with that, Alex. I totally agree with that.
Why
I
would-
don't even think
why would
Cyprus and
they-
Turkey in the north will ever get into a conflict as well.
Why would they need to?
I think all of that's done now. The rest of it is just diplomacy.
When was the last time we were in conflict together? Is it 100 years ago?
Yeah, years ago,
Because I wouldn't consider Cyprus as a real conflict, although it was a conflict.
1919.
Yeah, so it's 107 years ago.
Yeah,
There's been World War II, and a lot of other wars since then. So
well, in fact, they helped each other in the World War II.
yeah, exactly.
Turkey was one of the first countries to give food aid to Greece because people were starving after what the Italians and Germans did. The Cyprus Regiment, made up of volunteers of Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, also fought in Greece to try and liberate Greece from the Germans and Italians. You know, it's good stories.
Yeah, I think someone in the comments, George Jason, said there were some close incidents.
Yeah, that was the
Oh,
islands.
yeah.
In the early 90s, wasn't it? I think one was over a rock and one was over
Yeah,
a
two
small
rocks.
island.
The EMIA.
What about the Italians? Are you worried about the Italians, Nico?
Italians. What do you mean Italians?
Well, they've invaded once. They might invade again.
I wish Italian girls are.
I'll tell you what, Escape, you are such a funny
It's
guy.
Friday, guys. It's
It
Friday.
is. It's a fun. We haven't had a funky
Go on,
Friday for a
Escape.
while.
Roll with it. Go on.
Let's try and, create something out
I'll
of
tell you
nothing.
what,
Let's get some tension.
the Italians can invade Cyprus and take it over again because their food is banging.
Let's just play out fucking World War III at the end of the day. Let's go for it. Come on, Russia, North Korea, Russia, Iran, China versus America, UK, Germany.
Turkey.
Who's on which sides?
Well, you've got Pakistan, Afghanistan kicking off at the moment, haven't you?
Yeah, I read that.
Dude, I think
Declared
these guys are in war
situation.
right now.
I thought it was a hoax.
No, it's real. It's genuine, man.
Yeah.
What happened? I heard that something happened in Afghanistan on the border. Was it?
Yeah.
That.
Afghanistan, Pakistan, they're at it at the moment.
And also, the British have withdrawn all of their consulate staff, and they've gone remote in Iran because of an imminent attack or something.
Well, they've withdrawn from Israel too, from Tel Aviv.
Yes, that's true.
I mean, all banter aside, I really
That
hope
seems
there
a
isn't
bit
a war.
odd to me, though, man. Why would Pakistan, Afghanistan? Does that make sense? Why would they be warring each other?
They've got a lot of border disputes. I mean, they've got more border disputes than the Cypriots do. You know,
Are they not both pro-Islamic states?
yeah, but one's a Sharia law. You know, Afghanistan. You know, the women aren't allowed to talk; they're not allowed to speak. You know, versus Pakistan. It's a different type of Islam, different type of belief.
I don't think it's to do with religion, Escape. I think Nick's right. It is over land.
Oh yeah, it's definitely over land and over policies. But I'm just, what Mario's saying. Aren't they both Muslim? Yes, but
Not that. I just thought that they would be more aligned because their governments are
Afghanistan.
quote unquote Islamic governments.
You know, I feel sorry for Afghanistan. You know they've never been
Afghanistan's
able
been
to
fucked.
recover after what happened.
Yeah, Afghanistan got fucked basically.
I mean, Iraq, Syria, Africa. These countries have never ever recovered. Will they? Fuck knows. What's this? No war with Italy.
That's a good point. The Italian Prime Minister
Oh,
was
mind you,
in
yeah,
Cyprus.
he's on a 2-day visit to Rome.
Well, didn't she come Cyprus as well, or was he in Rome?
No, he's on a 2-day visit to Rome. No, he's currently there now. Hello,
Who?
Andros. Turkey invaded Cyprus because Helenas helped a coup in Cyprus to unite with Helena. Okay, yeah, is that the same guy from earlier? So,
Say that again.
is that the same guy from earlier with the other comment?
What's his name? Yannis now. No, that's a different guy.
Yeah, Andres, how you doing?
Hi, not bad. Did you see Suat's posts that he's put over some human videos
Yeah.
of him speaking?
No disrespect to Suat, he traumatized me so much last night I had to come off. I didn't go.
Oh, he's uploaded some videos actually today, and because they're in Turkish, I couldn't understand what Erhuman was saying. I was just wondering if any of you saw the videos and to try and explain what he was saying.
Let me grab my iPad and I'll have a look. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, give me a second. You guys carry on. I'll grab my iPad. But yeah,
Go on,
last
Andres.
night I don't want to disrespect the guy, but last night he was very hard work, man.
I think he's a bit misunderstood as well. You know that. I think he's English, obviously not his first language.
He's a bit misunderstood.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
he's just taking a long time to get to the point.
And I think he's got like a mic problem where it's slightly delayed. And I think that's where the interruption.
No, I'm sorry, but I think that's a brain problem.
My screen is absolutely frozen, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's us. You know, it's definitely us because I don't see any other issues on TikTok.
I can't type in the messages anymore, and I can't mute my mic or click on my thing or nothing.
Nah, I think it's your phone, man. Close the app and come back.
Try to update your app as well.
It was working the whole time now. It's just doesn't stop working.
I'm telling you, mate, it's all live. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on.
Reckon?
I think it is Escape. I mean, it's either my device or my account. I think something.
Why was AA asking if he's been censored?
Probably his messages aren't going through either.
Right, okay.
I can't see any filtered messages, and there's no filtered messages, so I don't know why.
Yeah, Master Gas is saying Suabi's a lovely guy. Yeah, we can't argue with that, man.
No, he's hard work.
I'm not sure if I'm on Suat's team or Ken's team at the moment.
Well, are they on different teams?
I think they are, yeah.
Right, what's happened now? What have they done?
Both of them are okay, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think
what's
they've
up,
got
man?
different teams.
I think the live's having problems again. That's all.
Can you not type either?
Escape, you might as well swear at me. You're comparing me with Sword.
No, I'm just saying I'm not sure whose team I am on yet.
Well, Jay's on Ken's team, so I don't know.
I think I'm going to join your team, Ken, if you're taking the
Thanks,
members.
Escape. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you now, Ken doesn't even need to ask me what team I'm on.
Well, what happened with you and Suat, Ken?
No, nothing. He's just aggressive towards me. I don't know why, because he goes round in circle and he says nothing. I picked him up a couple of times, and also I know stuff that he talks about, and I know it's not truth. And when I question him, he gets all upset.
He did upload the videos though that he was saying that he was going to upload.
It's like two village idiots talking to each other. I'm sorry, but it's just how I see it.
All right, let's let him come in, and then we can start talking. In case he misunderstands, you know, I don't want him to think we're talking about him.
Yeah,
We're talking about him, but yeah, Cut it off
Yeah,
in a
it's
nice
true.
way.
Let's
Let
leave
him,
the
co-
sweat out of
let
it.
him come in if he wants to. If he wants to talk
So,
about that. Anyway.
so Soft, let's tackle the subject. What real steps would
Go on,
bring
Escape.
North and South closer today?
Go on, Escape. Tell us.
I mean, again, it's really minor.
Hello,
but-
boys.
Attila one. How you doing?
Attila.
Hi.
Are you named after the Attila 1 or Attila 2?
It's number
Bye,
9.
lads.
Attila 9, so can you
What's
read?
Attila 9? Yeah, what's Attila 9 about? Something I didn't know about. Is that like a future
We
plan?
learn something new every day here.
Are you not planning?
Tom's up. Hi, Tom.
It's Friday. Let's leave Tom up for a bit. See if he can wind us up.
Tom, nice to see everyone.
Nice to see you too, Tom.
What are we talking about today? What can bring the North and the South closer?
Yeah, go on. Give us an
Nothing.
example.
They need to go to war. You know, the North and the South have been at each other's throats for how long now? There is
You're
no
right.
Are you,
You're right.
are you volunteering?
He's right on cue. You're right on cue, Tom. Why would you think that?
brother. Turkey is the aggressor here. They've been beefing southern Cyprus for how many years now? And we're still dick riding Jews in the background.
When you say we, who are you referring to? Are you a Greek Cypriot?
Greek Cypriots.
Okay, and you're something the Jews. You said what were you doing to the Jews?
Dick riding.
Okay, why'd you say that? What does that mean?
Cypriots.
You're in the fucking bathtub again.
Greek Cypriots are allowing Jewish military bases to be built in Cyprus, and they parade around Jewish flags on a daily basis. And there's no.
Tom, can you please say Israeli, not Jewish, please?
Apologies. Israeli.
Right.
So who do you want to go to war with who then? I don't understand.
No, you know what? On a real, I'm not even trying to go to war. War is horrible, guys. Like, I don't even want to go to war.
Well, you suggested it.
No, I was bugging.
He's too busy having a bubble bath, Ken. I don't think it's going to go well. As usual, innit, Tom? You're in a bubble bath. Tell us.
Yeah, I'm in the bath.
Yeah, as usual.
Standard.
I'm glad that we entertain you while you're in the bathtub.
So Tom, tell us about yourself. Do you live in the UK?
Yeah, Barnet.
Barnet. Okay. How old are you?
21.
21. Do you go to Cyprus often?
I've never been to Cyprus in my life.
Okay, interesting. And what do you know about the Cyprus conflict then?
I know, like, maybe like 4K guys got unalived a while ago, and you guys are still butthurt about that. Let's be honest, 4K in the grand scheme of things is nothing. Get your head screwed on correctly. No one gives a shit.
Walk in the park, innit? 4K. It's not
4K is a
4K.
walk in the park. 4K is like 2 911s.
It is 5K to your information, not 4.
Yeah, whatever, Ken. 4, 5, it's all the same.
Fine.
Listen.
I mean, look, the people on the island haven't been at each other's throats really. They've got on quite well for the last 50 years. The borders are open.
Then why are you talking about it every Friday?
Well, it's not every Friday. It's actually every day.
Oh,
Pick people like you up.
Why are you listening every Friday then?
brother, I'm just trying to get some inside knowledge into Cyprus.
Do you have any
That's
Turkish
why-
Cypriot friends in London?
I have some Turkish friends. They're not Cypriot.
Okay.
Ask him about his rubber ducks in the bubble bath. That's more interesting.
Ken, there's no rubber ducks. I use Radox bubble bath, my guy.
Oh yeah.
Is it the
Very
muscle? Is it the muscle one or is it the?
Muscle
Mineral
relax,
ones.
yeah.
Muscle
Relax.
Are you, Tom, are you into bath bombs as well?
No, that's a bit gay.
Do you bath every Friday?
That's a bit gay.
Oh, okay, Tom. The bath bombs are too far. Sorry, mate.
Way too far. Only like Greek Cypriots would engage in that, not me.
But you said you are a Greek Cypriot, right?
Just call the Greeks gay.
No, I support the Greek Cypriots. I'm not a Greek Cypriot.
Oh,
Call
right.
them all gay and now you support them.
So what nationality are you, or what ethnicity are you?
White.
Okay, you're English, right?
A bit of Jewish heritage, but yes.
Okay.
Yahudi.
Okay. Well, listen, everyone's welcome on these panels. What interests you have in Cyprus? Because you said that the Greek Cypriots are parading around Israelis.
we have Israeli Jews buying up so many beaches in Cyprus, and Greek Cypriots aren't doing shit about it. So
I've never
you
heard
tell
of
me,
beaches being bought.
I thought you haven't never been to Cyprus.
I'll read the news, Mario.
You
You
can't
read
always
the
believe
news.
what you read.
You read the news, is it? I can watch porn all day, but I don't mean I'm having sex, does it?
Oh my god,
Fucking
man.
dickhead.
I like that
Fucking nobbin.
I like that one, Mario.
But still, what are we going to do about the
I
the
can watch porn all
Israelis?
day. Don't mean I'm not having sex.
But you're Jewish yourself, so what problem
Oh,
would you have with
Mario,
the
what a
Israelis?
comment.
Escape. I'm one of the good ones.
No. I'm not gonna have you try to create a scenario where this becomes an anti-Israeli or anti-Jewish live, because that's not what we're doing here.
What are we doing here?
We're talking about Cyprus.
And the Jews are a big part of Cyprus.
Well, that's that. What makes you say that? When did they become a big part of Cyprus?
When they 10 years ago, when they started buying up your beaches, my guy.
They've not bought any beaches in the north or south.
No.
Provide your source.
So what you're saying is that the Jews or the Israelis have a right to discuss,
But
to
beach
engage,
fronts-
and
beach
potentially
fronts-
intervene
one
in
second.
Cyprus. Is that what you're saying?
Beachfronts on the island are all the property of the governments. They never
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
sell that.
And the Cypriot government is bought by who exactly, Alex?
Sorry?
Who's the Cypriot government bought by? Who runs the Cypriot government?
EU.
The
Yeah,
Jews,
European-
exactly.
No, EU, not Jews, not Shalom Brothers. EU.
He thought you said you.
Ken, do you think the EU is run by who exactly? Because it's definitely run by the Jews.
Well, he's got a point there.
I mean, America's
I
run
don't
by the
think. I
Jews.
don't think Europe
got
is
a point there.
run. Not really. Not Europe.
Tom, who told you that all the beaches are owned by Israelis?
I read it on ITV News.
You read it on ITV News.
Yeah.
You read it, did you?
Yeah, sure.
ITV's got a website, double A.
Okay, so you're using ITV to give you your source and stating that beaches are.
What do you
owned by
use as your
Israelis.
source? Cypriot Daily, the Times of Jerusalem.
Sorry, repeat that.
I just go out my front
What's a
door.
reputable source to you?
Outside my front door.
A reputable source to me is somebody that's actively involved in quite a few developments on the island, so I know what I'm talking about.
What developments are you involved in? You're probably selling off your people's land to the Jews again.
No, not at all.
Name one
This
development.
is you're
you're
coming into
part of.
something.
Name one development.
You're coming into
please.
something. You're coming into an open debate here, and you're not coming in with anything factual, as far as I'm concerned. Israelis are investing.
You're
They're
probably
developing. They're not buying beaches.
investing.
And you do know that anything they invest in the island is not freehold, it's leasehold. They can be taken off them any
They're
time.
developers. Do you understand what a developer is against somebody compared to what a landowner is?
My friend, can you even spell the word developer?
Answer the question. You answer the question. Do you understand the difference between the two?
What, developing and investing?
Would
Do
you
you
like
understand the
to?
difference between the two?
Who are the top? Just name me the top 3 developers in Cyprus then.
Fuck knows, bro. What do you mean name the top 3 developers? Could you name the top 3 developers in the UK?
I can.
I'm not talking about the UK. You came on a Cyprus live.
Go ahead, name the top 3 developers in Cyprus then.
You've got Q Property Development, you've got Nicolaides Group, and you've got
BFF.
BBF, yeah. BBF is the up and comer.
yeah.
No, all you
And
have...
do you know where they get their funding from?
Where?
Israeli-backed consortium.
Okay.
They're developers. They bring the money.
And
They
you're
don't
happy
own.
about that?
Why would I not be happy about that?
Alright,
If
guys.
they're actively investing in making the country better, if it's legal, legitimate money, why wouldn't I be happy about that?
Fucking hell, is this guy in the bath?
I think you had a question from Master Gas. Is anyone gonna do your back, mate? I'm not gonna read Master Gas's comment, but
So hey guys, how are you?
Oh my god.
How's everyone?
No, I'm not doing well, Cyprian.
mate?
Yeah, Tom, you're not really very factual. So I work in property development as well. So the three biggest developers in Cyprus are Paphilia, Aristo, and Leptos.
That's not what this guy just said.
BBF is also becoming big, but it's not big enough.
We need forced Cypriot migration to Corsica.
This geezer, man, he's talking out his ass.
Yeah, true. Hey, when you're fucking.
I think Tom's run his course here.
Yeah, I was gonna say who wants to drop Tom?
No, get off my dick. Relax.
Let's
Get a vote. Let's get a vote going.
Nice to meet you.
We're voting, Cypriot. This is democracy, man.
All right, guys, let's do a vote. Who wants to drop Tom?
Drop Tom.
Yeah,
Drop Tom.
That's a democratic decision.
You're all Jewish. You're all Jewish shills.
Go kill a bit faster, Tom. Go kill a bit faster.
Tom, you have been unanimously dropped, my friend.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
What a dickhead.
That was fucking unanimous.
So how's everyone?
Yeah, good. You right to go?
Did anyone learn anything off Tom?
Oh,
Can I talk about what Sof was saying yesterday? I just read a little article. I'll explain. He was saying why we open up a Kaymakli crossing because no benefit to Greek Cypriots.
Have you got a benefit for us, Ken?
No, no. I just read a little article, and the guy was asking the same question. But obviously, he's asking the question. He was answering himself. It's one of his.
Sounds like me then. Go on.
One of his ideas was he says we've got to start somewhere, and this sort of little ideas, right? Little decision that we make, it may ferment and go forward. But also, you got to look at it another way. You can't have one way. So, in other words, if it benefits Turkish Cypriots and not Greek Cypriots, don't do it. But there'll be time it will benefit Greek Cypriots, and then the Turkish Cypriots says don't do it. So you won't move forward. And it's also my idea is you said that anyone who wants to go across to Nord, they can get up 6 o'clock in the morning and travel when there's no traffic. But same argument you can say about that's what you said yesterday, yes?
Yep.
Well, same argument, we can say the same thing, which I don't agree, but same argument you can use and say, what do we need Greek school in Rizzo Carpathia? Right? If they want to go to Greek school, they can get up 6 o'clock in the morning and drive all the way to Larnaca or whatever.
That's a fair point, Ken. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
I'll take that one.
My issue with the crossings. Sorry, Ken. Just the point. Did you think like the crossings they're making? Is this really a good thing?
Well, for us it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the crossings though. In like if they are sitting there to negotiate an actual solution for a BBF or whatever they want to constitute to the people, why are you talking about crossings and making crossings? So how long are them crossings going to be in place? You've made them crossings. What are you? You're just cementing the status quo.
It doesn't really matter, Mario, if it's 1 day or 2 days, right? Or 2 years, right?
Mario?
Andreas, request to come back up.
We haven't come up with a solution for 50 odd years. And the crossings are open for the last 24 years.
When you've got Erhoman and you've got Christopher Lydia saying, "Oh, they're going to talk, they're going to have a solution." If I want to see a real solution, like a real effective thing,
I totally understand that, but you can't have a solution if you can't agree with small things, right? And then what's the problem? Okay, I accept. It's more to Turkey. So we go around to our people that keep using Larnaca Airport. Why do we have to wait for 2 hours to cross the Green Line? Right? It benefits us more. Yes, you guys are right. It benefits Turkish Cypriots more. What's your point?
I
That
don't
no-
particularly have anything against more crossings.
Well, then you shouldn't say nothing. You should say we're doing something. We're moving forward. I think that's.
I need to interject. Sorry, guys. But on the matter of the crossing points, right? The Republic of Cyprus did agree to Myamilia. It agreed to Lorogina. It agreed to everything you guys asked for. Okay.
Thanks for the gifts, Escape. Sorry, Super Donkey. Go on.
It's okay. So I understand. But my
Sharing out the love.
my issue here is that why the F would you not agree to the crossing points that we, or not even crossing points? It's how do you say, mediation between some parts of the island in order to help all of Cypriots. We agreed to Kaimakli, which has been proposed by the mayors of Nicosia. We have agreed to Myamiya. We have agreed to the increase or the expansion of the crossing
So
points.
far, you have agreed to Kaimakli, nothing else. The rest of it is just the top.
No, Ken, you're lying here.
I'm not
Sorry,
lying.
but-
You tell me which. Your president said he's got no objection to Kaimakli opening.
He
That's
has no
it.
objection. He has no objection to Kaimakli. He has no objection to Myamiya. And he has no objection to Lurigina. But you have
But is objection.
No, it's not an objection. You ask for those. We are asking for Erenkoi, I think it's in Turkish, Kochina in
Erenko.
Greek. And we're asking for Athienu to Larnaca.
From where to where?
Athienu and Larnaca.
Okay. That's that.
Guys, can we all tap and share the live, because it really helps with the restrictions that the live gets. It really helps bring new voices. Soft doesn't make nothing from it. Every time you tap and like the live, it pushes the algorithm up in the TikTok thing when people are flicking through to it highlights it more. So it really, really does help.
So the sorry, Alex, but my point is,
Whoa.
like, we agree on everything. We agree on your crossing points, but you don't agree because it's military zone.
Yes.
Everything is a fucking military zone, Ken.
It's not military zone.
No,
Ladakh, Limassol is not military zone.
Everything between the green line is
No.
a military zone. I cannot agree that it's not a military zone. It's a military zone.
I don't want to get into argument. I know the answer to that, but I don't want to get into argument. There is,
It's not about argument, Ken.
you got a crossing. You can cross around the Kochina anyway. Why are you asking for more crossing around Kochina?
So you're saying let's drive around for an hour when we can cross around 15 minutes on a road that already exists.
We do that at Pillar. It doesn't bother you.
What's going on with Escape?
We do that at Pillar.
Did you get a bonus today or something, bro? Man's got the money gone out.
Hit the jackpot today, boys.
My man's dropped about 30 quid, beer.
Yeah, Escape.
Ken,
Yes, sir.
it's not about who is benefiting, who's not benefiting, right? We're trying to solve an issue right here. If we don't agree on when we agree on the points that you ask, Myamiya, Lorogina, and Ganakli, and you don't try and help, let's say, the Greeks out to, let's say, okay, let's balance things out. Let's have Kochina, and it's not even, let's say, we can go and visit Kochina.
Kochina is very important to us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I understand.
You're not gonna walk all over Kochina. That's not gonna happen.
Just to pass through. Do you know how many people live in
Ken, why
there?
is Kochina important?
If you look at the history, it is important to Turkish Cypriots. Right? If it
Well,
wasn't for the-
oranges in Kochina.
Sorry?
Is oranges?
That's
is it orange
Morpho.
production?
Morpho. Güzel yurt.
It's mostly okay.
There's nothing in Kochina. It's just the edge of the mountains. It's a seaside. It's got 2 beautiful beaches, but that's about it. We fought tooth and nail in '64 to protect Kochina. So Kochina was enclave for 7 villages. They survived because of Kochina. So it's important to us.
Kenmo, it's not that it's not the fact that it's important to you. A road that can be used to help
For
people.
you, it's a road. For us, it's not a road.
For you, it's a road. For a road.
For
a
me,
road
for
to
us,
be
it's not a
used-
road. It's more than a road.
For us, Gerinha is not the road. For us, Nyamia is not the road. For us, Famagusta is not the road.
How are people selling games?
If we take into that effect, then we're never going to solve anything.
Kochina is different matter.
No, it's
Trust
not
me.
a different matter. It's just an area in Cyprus that can be used by any Cypriot, to be honest.
It's a bit like Hala Sultan.
Escape.
You can't
Panop
do.
wants you to fist him, by the way.
Yeah, I've said he's on the wrong app.
No.
But let's
Yeah.
carry on the conversation on the other app,
I
Panel.
don't need to make sense. Somebody's saying I don't make sense. I'm not. I don't want to go in onto Kochina problem here, right? You got a road. You can go around it. It takes you about 20, 25 minutes. That's it.
No, it takes 45 minutes. I've done that road.
So do I. So do I. And it's beautiful going up onto the mountains, overlooking the sea, overlooking the Kochina.
Imagine doing that every day. Imagine doing that every day.
It's enjoyable.
Imagine doing this every day when it
We're
takes
doing that to go to Larnaca every day.
you go to Larnaca every day, Ken.
Yes, we have to go the other side of Nicosia, go across Nicosia to go to Larnaca.
Okay,
Right?
so at the end to Larnaca, it's gonna benefit you.
Say it again.
So what we're proposing, another, let's say, crossing point, Antieno to Larnaca, is gonna help you.
Yes, it's going to help us.
So why are you not
Look,
accepting?
there is winners and losers in everything,
It's
right?
not winners
Some
and
things
losers.
that you win, some things you got Greek school in Rio's Rizokart Pass, but we Turkish Cypriots, we've been promised in Limassol, and we still haven't got it.
You know what Turkish Cypriots have though, Ken? They get private education for free. Stop with this bullshit.
It's not a bullshit. School is
bullshit.
different.
You get-
Private education is
You
different.
get
right?
private
Free education is different.
You get private education. Private education, English school, they get their GCSEs and A levels for free. So don't tell me that, oh my God, we don't have a Turkish school. They get private school for free.
So we have to listen to what you say, what you give
No,
us.
I'm
We
not
should
saying
be
you-
we should
I'm not
be
saying-
really grateful to.
I'm not saying that you
What
should.
are you saying then?
I'm saying that even though you don't have a Turkish school, Turkish
Oh, I see. So even
Turkish Cypriots, sorry, Turkish, where's Ken gone?
Is it gone?
I think he might have got
Turkish Cypriots-
restricted.
But what I'm trying to say, Turkish Cypriots get more than Greek Cypriots in the Republic of Cyprus without paying anything. Hey Ken, sorry, you've gone.
no, it's all right. Carry on. Sorry.
Ken's become a bit spicy, isn't he, over the last couple of weeks?
Kenmo,
Ken's always been spicy, Nick.
I respect you. I respect you, and I.
He's like what's it? The Bombay Spice Pop Noodle, mate.
You guys are talking dirty tonight. So one of them in the pub playing with his willy. Panop wants to be fists. Jesus.
Panop, the comment of the
I
night,
don't
wants
want
to be
sound
fisted.
harsh. I don't want to sound harsh, or you think I'm
The
going.
Cypriot donkey. Panop wants to be fisted, and you're still talking about crossings.
Can get fisted.
Mario's analogy earlier when he said to Tom,
Cyprus.
if I was watching porn, it doesn't mean I'm having sex. It's a classic.
Alex Mesquita, I just don't know. I don't want to sound harsh or anything. I respect him. I know you. I know he's been.
We can
through
have a
lot.
discussion as long as you don't swear. You put your point. Allow me to put my point. I got no issue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I respect you. I know you're like you've been through a lot. I know that you have endured a lot of pain throughout your life because of this Cyprus issue. But some of the things that you're saying, I just really cannot accept as a 30-year-old. You know.
I don't think you're old enough to understand. To be honest with you, right? If you knew what happened in Cyprus,
I can never understand what you've been through, Ken. But
no,
what,
it's not what I've been through. It's basic things. What happened in Kochida is important to us.
yeah, but it's the same for Greek Cypriots as well. My best friend's grandfather was burned by the napalm bombs that the Turkish army or the Turkish Air Force.
What was he doing there?
He was fighting against the rebels.
It wasn't any rebels. It was Turkish Cypriots.
Yeah, but there were rebels against the
Greek Cypriots come to throw them into the sea. That's what they've done.
Kenmo, if in the UK, if it was the IRA, they would have done the same thing. I don't know what happened in 1960. I wasn't alive back then.
You know, I'll be the first one if they open the Erenköy, Gochina. I'll be the first one. My granddad house still stands there, right in the middle of it.
They won't
Right?
do it, Nabi.
Sorry?
If Erdogan was to do that, they would hang him there. I tell you. You've
Well,
got
they
no
would,
choice.
yeah. They would. There's a lot of undercurrent going on about Erenköy, right? It's not that simple. It's hard to explain to you. Like, we can have this argument. You commemorate, I can't say that word, Grivas every year, right? If I say to you, why are you doing that? You say, well, he's a hero, right? We're saying he's a murderer, but you're saying he's a hero.
You mean commemorate?
Yeah.
We don't. Not everyone does. It's
Well,
Grivas is
majority of not everyone don't want to.
It's not majority. We have to be honest with you. Grivas
Well,
is
we have to be honest with you because we see it on
Yes.
TikToks every year. Your president goes and put a
Donkey,
lift there.
do you know why they went to Gochina to get rid of the Turkish Cypriots that were there defending it? Do you know the real reason?
It was an enclave. Obviously,
Yeah, but do you know the reason? The real reason?
what was the real reason?
I'm asking you.
For me, from what I know, it was an enclave. It was controlled by rebels, let's say, of what we know.
They weren't rebels, man.
Ken, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, be honest, but that means you haven't done a good research, Cyprus.
I'm just.
Yeah.
You can say that.
It's
fine.
true. The fact that you don't know the real reason is true. Ken,
Yeah.
you need to
You need
do
to
a
do a
bit more
little bit
research.
more research.
Okay,
Then
I can do a bit more research. I'm gonna agree with that, but from what I know is that it was rebels. They were like
read both sides of the story, not just the Greek side or the
That's-
Turkish side,
that's-
even the English side. There's a lot of documentation, a lot of books, a lot of.
You need to bring Butch
There's
up.
a real reason why it all went off there in that period. And Turkey came with the napalm.
I'm willing to learn. So if you can enlighten me, I'm more than glad to do for you to do so.
It's
Well,
a very sacred place for Turkish Cypriots.
Did you know they invited all of Cyprus to go and watch how they're going to throw the Turks into the sea? Did you know that? And half the population was out in the mountains watching it, including Makarios.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you need to do a little bit more research, please.
That's what I'm saying. Enlighten me, because
I can't
this-
enlighten you. This is not a.
this life is about learning.
You need
So-
to do your research next time you see
But
us.
please tell me. Ken, it's
Tell him,
an
Ken.
open panel.
We were
Everybody's
fighting for our lives. If Erenköy gone, everything would have gone.
Erenköy was strategic for both sides. So for the Greek Cypriots, it was they needed to get hold of that point because it was a strategic location for the Turkish Cypriots at the time, because arms were coming into the country from Turkey. And the Greek Cypriots knew that, so they had to quash it.
So the Turkish Cypriots were bringing arms against the Republic.
We had
Well, there was a civil war at the time.
Yeah, but I'm not saying anything, Alex. I'm just trying to ask the questions.
I know, but you have to remember, it was a civil war. Turkish
I-
Cypriots were living in
I
a lot of
understand.
enclaves
I
all over the
understand.
island. Their villages were getting surrounded. People were getting slaughtered. I'm not saying by everyone. There was obviously Ioka. Ioka were unaliving Greek Cypriots also.
Yeah.
You know,
In 2 weeks in 64,
yeah,
in 2 weeks, 104 villages you emptied.
yeah.
Yeah.
and they figured out that Erenco was where the arms were coming in from, and that's why they surrounded it and they tried to quash it.
In 1963 or 64 was it?
64.
64.
That's right. Okay.
There's a good book about a Swedish UN soldier at that time. I forget his name. Does anyone, do you remember, Alex or Ken?
I don't know.
I forget his name. It was a really good book. If Cypriot Donkey reads that, then he'll understand what was going on.
If you can send it to me, honestly,
I'm
guys,
looking.
I'm not biased or unbiased. Well, I am a bit biased, but I'm saying like I would love to learn more.
Be honest. If you're biased, just say you're biased. We can have a better discussion. We know where you're coming
biased.
from.
I am biased in a few things.
Yeah. There's nothing
when
wrong
I'm
with that.
saying-
Being honest makes a good discussion.
But guys, the fact that I'm willing to learn your side of the story means a lot, I think. I understand the pain that you have been going through, Ken, and I've talked to you for quite some time now. I understand what you've been going through, but at the same time, I still believe, in my opinion, the Republic of Cyprus is really the only answer to our problem. When I say that, I mean a single state, a single sovereign country with one nationality that we cannot go under. But I understand your concerns that we need to find a power sharing agreement that you feel safe under. Not this two-state solution, let's say, solution, you know?
You know, there's a big saying in Greek Cypriot, we'll never forget. They keep saying it left, right, and center, right? We'll never forget and we'll never forgive and all that.
No, we
right?
say we never
But
forget.
the history,
We say we never forget, we never said we never forgive.
we hear it all the time. The history tells us otherwise, right? Now, I'm not saying you haven't changed. You know, I'm not saying nothing has moved on. Well, we're not in 1960, that's for sure. We moved on. Everyone moved on. But the one who forgets his history is bound to make the same mistakes again, right? We need to learn from the history.
I
right?
agree.
I
Believe me, Greek
I never
Greek-
say that we want
Greek
two
Cypriot-
state, right? I
Greek-
never said that it should be single state. I'm saying that we should live side by side, and maybe 10 years down the line or 20 years down the line, eventually we'll get together if we get on like normal human being.
Temu, I agree with you 100% on the matter. I do think that Cyprus is too small because I know your love for the island. I know your love for the whole island, not just half of it, you know, and that's why it's what we were discussing last time. That you're looking for a two-state solution because I know that's what you really want. It's sovereignty and making decisions over your ethnicity. But if our national identity is Cypriot, not Turkish, not Greek, Cypriot, and we care for our land, everyone, every single one of us, I think we could really make this island bigger than Dubai.
I understand. I totally accept what you're saying, but the problem is we need to earn that right to call ourselves Cypriots. I keep saying it. I'll say it again and again. At the moment, we didn't earn that right to call ourselves Cypriots.
Brother, I call myself Cypriot.
You can call yourself whatever you like, right? It's your prerogative, right? But we can't call ourselves, I'm Turkish Cypriot, right? We need to do things together, right? Without doing things together, you can't call ourselves Cypriot.
Why not?
We do nothing together, basically.
No, but like calling yourself Cypriot doesn't mean that.
What's wrong with calling yourself a Greek Cypriot or a Turkish Cypriot? I never understand this.
No,
argument.
it's nothing wrong, Janmu, but it's about the priority. Do you prioritize Turkey? Do you prioritize Greece? I prioritize Cyprus. That's the difference. You know,
But you
I,
can you
I
can prioritize Cyprus, but you can still be a Greek Cypriot. No
oh
worries.
yeah,
Or a
for
Turkish
sure,
Cypriot.
100%. For
Yeah.
Well, let me
100%.
just correct you, Cypriot Donkey. With all due respect, you prioritize Greek Cypriots. You've never prioritized
No,
Turkish
no,
Cypriots.
no. Sorry, you're wrong there. I prioritize Cypriots. I don't prioritize Greek Cypriots. I don't prioritize Turkish Cypriots. I prioritize Cypriots.
So how are
Even
you prioritizing the Cypriots who live on the other side of the border?
they get all the benefits of being a European citizen, brother. What do you mean?
But we don't get it from you. It's our right.
Yeah, but you can't say it's our right and then okay, we want to live separately.
Yeah, why not?
What do you mean? Why not?
Why not? You're not giving us all our rights.
Okay, it's like Russians.
You're only giving us the
Sorry,
rights that we can
it's
take.
it's like Russians going into Ukraine, saying, "Okay, we create a new country."
You need
but
to
we
stop
still-
all this whataboutism, what about this and what about that, right? We need to talk about Cyprus.
It's not the
Right?
what about.
You can come up with the Russia and Ukraine, and I can come up with something else. We can go on like that all night. That's pointless.
Let's talk about Cypriots, okay?
Yeah, stay in Cyprus, please.
On one hand, you say it's our right to have a Republic of Cyprus passport. On the other hand, you're saying we don't want to be part of the Republic of Cyprus.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Seriously?
What are you saying? That if I go and get a Republic of Cyprus, seriously, yeah. If I ever,
wrong with that?
I don't agree with Republic of Cyprus. You're the one who's keeping it alive, right? Not us. But our right on Republic of Cyprus.
If the TRNC was recognised, we would have our own passport. We wouldn't need the RSC.
Yeah, we wouldn't need our RSC passport, right? You would say you're not having
It's not
the.
about that, guys. It's not about that. You come and you say it's a right to have a Republic of Cyprus passport, and on
That's
the other
right.
hand, you're saying the Republic of Cyprus doesn't want us, doesn't accept us as equal partners, doesn't help us, doesn't
Isolates us, stops
Okay,
us,
okay.
does all that thing. Yeah,
Do you know why?
because you can.
No, it's not because we can, because we can't. You're part of the Republic of Cyprus.
Oh, thank you very much. So you're looking after us.
You're part of the Republic of Cyprus, guys.
That's a funny way of looking at it, isn't it?
You guys are one of the same. You're Cypriots.
How come we're isolated then?
What you mean, man? There's 40,000 Turkish troops on the other side.
I'm talking about Turkish Cypriots. Forget 40,000 Turkish troops.
No, but the Turkish troops is what keeps the divide.
God knows
alive.
how many Greek military you got on your side.
We got 1,500 troops.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
40,000 versus.
I think we should take it
1,500.
more current. I think we've exhausted this.
I think
Alex,
so.
my point is that the divide is still going on because there's.
It's on, but look, it's on both sides. Like you're right, and so is Ken. But Ken needs to understand that the North also has put provisions in place to keep it divided for as long as possible. The North is also culpable for keeping that division.
The point is that we accept you guys. You're part of the Republic of Cyprus, and
You don't accept us at all.
Yes, we do.
You're even questioning the simple opening of Kaymakli.
No.
You're saying you don't need an opening.
No, Ken, you're wrong. We say.
I'm sorry, but you're isolating us left, right, and center. You've been doing it for 50 years.
For Kaymakli, we agree for Nyamilia, and we agree for.
It's more
Lurgina.
complicated than that, Ken.
We agree for Nyamilia, we agree for Kaymakli, and we agree for Lurgina. You need to also accept some of the things that we want as well. Obviously, with a solution coming to the table, we won't need Lurgina, Nyamilia, and Kaymakli. It's going to be open.
It doesn't make
doors for
sense.
everyone.
It doesn't really make sense what you say. You're willing to open 6 crossing or 4 crossing, whatever, but you're struggling to open 1. You're not happy to open 1.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't to me.
We say we agree on
Most Greek Cypriots keep saying, why do we need another crossing? Yet on the other hand, you say you agree to open a 6th crossing.
Are you basing this off on TikTok, Ken?
Yeah, okay.
And seriously, I'm being serious, right? Are you basing this off on TikTok, or are you basing?
I'm sorry, but you're talking like we're idiots.
Or you're
whatever we say, you guys got answer to it.
no, but we say
Everyone says we want political equality, and everyone says, "Oh, United Nations says that." You got it anyway. Why are you asking? Right?
yeah,
So
but
we
you
are
got- you
stupid.
got-
We're asking
you got-
something
you
we
got
already got.
political equality. What more do you want?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
The-
we know
but
what we
seriously,
want.
okay, sorry, Ken. What is political equality?
Political equality.
What is political equality?
What is political equality to you? Come on. You're going to say one man, one vote,
seriously,
yeah?
but because you're asking for political equality, I'm asking you, what is political equality for you guys?
Political equality means joint decision. Whatever you're doing, you do it together. As long as whatever is up in the air or underground, right? Gas, fuel, petrol, flight, you do joint decision. That's political equality.
Okay, and you have that already agreed on under the UN framework. So what more do you want?
Oh,
What-
that might be in
what
the
is-
UN framework, but it wants it in reality, in a solution.
Yeah, but what is it? What is it? Because we already agreed on that.
That's basically what Cypriot Donkey is saying. It's been locked. It's one of the things that have been locked.
Yes, but what is it? What is there more that you can get? Is there something more that you? Sorry, guys, I'm not trying to be.
No, look, I think
argumentative
we've jumped the gun here
that-
because it's in 2017, yeah, a lot of this was locked in. From my understanding, it was security and guarantees was the key fundamental thing that it failed on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Erdogan and the ROC will get over that hurdle. I truly believe that there's going to be a deal very, very soon between these two.
But,
Listen,
but
Alex,
Ken, what's your fear, Ken? Is it that you feel if there's a solution tomorrow that you're going to be a second class citizen? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, the way the Greek Cypriot view is that we should be second-class citizen.
It's not my view. I don't
Under
think
the
it's Donkey's.
agreement in Crans Montana, that won't be the case.
I think
Well-
we're a million miles from a solution.
Well, this is one of the reason Erdogan come up with this for reason. What they agree in Crans Montana, it should be locked in. But Christodoulou,
But
he wants
Mr.
to.
This is the guy that proposed this thing, Ken. That's what you're not. Sorry for me being so aggro, but like Christodoulou was the one that asked, let's bring everything that has been agreed on and make sure that what has been agreed on up to Crans Montana is set on the table. We only have a half a mile to go
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What did you say? Put on the table.
Christodoulidis said what we have agreed in Crans Montana.
Yeah.
Okay, to Erhuman. Let's get together and make sure that what has been agreed up to Crans Montana is agreed on, and that's what he's saying. Like what's left, we can sort it out. It's just half a mile.
According to Erdogan, he wants to negotiate them. Apparently, he bring
No, that's
pile
that's
of
not what-
papers that he
that-
wants to renegotiate.
That's not what Christodoulidis said.
And
Christodoulidis
what
said,
they've been discussed at Crans Montana is already documented.
yeah, okay.
So there's no need to
that
go
means
back.
It has been agreed. So what's
Yeah,
left is half a mile. That's what
Yeah.
Christodoulidis said.
No,
let's
Christodoulidis wants to start from the beginning.
No, he
All
doesn't.
the
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He
So
said,
Erdogan is an idiot.
He says, let's pick up off where we left on Crans Montana. That's exactly what he's saying. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Ken. I'm not trying to be rude with you. because I respect you, but
Okay.
but what Nikos is saying is, let's pick up off where we were left in Crans Montana.
When Erdogan come out of the meeting with Christodoulou, one of his
Come
one
on,
of
be
his
respectful. Be respectful, please. Christodoulis. Or you can say Nikos.
say Nikos. When they come out of the meeting from Nikos, he was furious. Apparently, Nikos come in with 3-inch thick file saying that this is the things that we want to discuss. Right? Erhuman say we need to lock what's Crans-Montana, lock everything in, right? And Nick is coming out with pile of paper. Those are the things that he wants to discuss.
Might have been double spaced there, Ken. You never know. Double spaced, double lined.
Soft, do you know the restriction you keep getting? It's not to do with your picture. TikTok changed the rules about 6 weeks ago, where if you're going to host a live, the host has to have their camera open so they can be on the actual camera.
Oh, really?
That's why you keep getting that
Put my face on.
restriction every 10 minutes.
So I've got to put my face on.
Yeah, basically.
Open it and shut it.
No,
Really?
if you
What kind of
don't,
shit?
you just keep appealing it and it's just going to keep happening every 10 minutes. But I looked into it. It's the terms and conditions. So if you want to not have the restriction, you have to host the live with your face.
I don't mind.
Can
that.
you have
I
it
don't
with
mind
a
that.
camera facing a wall?
Uh,
I don't mind showing my face, but you're not going to get bored of
I
looking at my
think
face for an hour.
yes, but he would occasionally have to have something moving in front of it. So it's not static for no longer than 10 minutes. So just before 10 minutes, you have to put a hand up or something.
Maybe a Cypriot donkey or something could walk past.
Can you put anything moving rather than
Donkey from the waist down there.
So you can do it in the bath.
Yeah, bubble bath.
Bubble bath with the Radox.
Yeah, man. Where's Tom? Give me a bit of advice.
You're asking for
I'll do it.
advice.
Maybe I'll do it next time. But like I said, staying here for an hour, it's going to get a bit boring just staring at the screen. But I'll give it a go next time. It's all good, man.
Ken, I was
My
gonna,
fucking face is all over TikTok anyway.
Ken, I was going to ask you. So, do you happy with what was done in Crans-Montana with the solution? Forget the security and soldiers, the security and withdrawal of troops. Let's focus on like
To be honest with you, what they done, that was fine. Only thing I was dreading was
losing land.
Akinji come up with MUP, and he done it his own accord.
Yeah.
He didn't consulted anyone, right? Apart from his own team. He didn't even talk to Turkey about it.
He shouldn't have been allowed to do that, Kenan Abbey. You know that.
I
I
know.
don't know what Akinji was thinking there, but
he
way.
did.
Can I just say, in his defense, why he did that? Because if you remember what the two key negotiators said, that things that were negotiated up to the high 90s were all linked with other deals. So, for example, if they got to 95% on one thing and they were down to 90% on the other, they would overlook certain things. It was like a package deal. So one thing would lead off another thing, would lead off another thing.
Alex,
So it was more like a
Alex,
goodwill.
Who is he to do that? Akinji.
It's not he. Well, he was a democratically elected leader of the
He's
North,
the
so he's
elected
going to
leader.
obviously.
Come on, what are you saying?
Listen,
Who is he to do something like that?
you're missing a few points that's been happening in Cyprus lately. I mean, Escape might know. Who did they summons to Ankara 2 days ago? I think they Ankara. I think they summoned the president, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a president of the Turkish Republic of Cyprus.
Wasn't it foreign ministry?
Yeah, foreign minister. Also, Turkish Airlines opened a hub in Iskuta, and Erdogan wasn't invited. So there's a few things going on in Cyprus at the moment, and outside.
And that should be worrying you, because if they're going to try and instill him in Erdogan's place because they don't like the way Erdogan's doing
But
things,
what worries me,
should be worried.
what worries me is when they wanted to put the fiber optics into Cyprus and fucking Jetapay vetoed it. I mean, what were they doing there? I mean, Turkey's bringing in fiber optics and immediately they vetoed it.
Because HTPC,
Sorry, John, can you please explain who Jetapay is? For the
Erdogan's
Greeks,
party.
I don't trust
just so
Jetapay,
we
actually.
can be a bit more, open to everyone.
HTP is Erdogan's party.
I mean, they vetoed that, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the way they done that. I mean, Turkey's trying to bring that in and get do all of that technology into Cyprus, and immediately they vetoed it. They're doing that for.
Because he probably doesn't want it there just yet. He wants to find us. Oh wow, Wolves have just scored against Villa. Maybe he doesnn't want that to be an issue in the negotiations. Doesn't want it to be flagged.
But
Doesn't
how
want it
can
to
it
be.
be an issue? It's on our side. All he wants to do is
Well,
he wants to update the
well,
five.
under a BBF, if you're going to run as a functioning state without reliance on Turkey, you're going to need to somehow
Who does he want him to build
buy
it?
the airport agreement
Does
back.
he want the Greeks to build it? Is that what
Sorry, guys.
what
I'm
he's saying?
drop off. Love to everyone.
Thank you,
Love
mate.
you all.
Take care.
I'm
See you,
gonna
bro.
be listening in. Just we'll speak soon. Okay.
Thank you,
This is
man.
what annoys me, Alex, with Chetepe. You know that they work against us sometimes. I mean, they're trying to do fiber optics. They're trying to do that, and then they turn around and Turkey turned around and said it's for our security as well, and immediately they vetoed it. I mean, it passed through the it passed through the parliament.
I don't know the ins and outs of it, but you got to understand
it passed through the parliament. They're already doing it. Turkey's doing it now. It passed through, but this is what I don't like about Chetepe. I've never trusted that party as a Turkish Cypriot. I'll tell you that now. Do not trust them.
you should trust them because they are the ones that are going to get you a solution, and they're the ones that are going to protect you as a Turkish Cypriot and not let you be a minority ever again.
No, I don't trust them.
Okay, well,
that was what they met about anyway, John. It was the Prime Minister of the Turkish Republic of Cyprus that met with Erdogan, and they covered the fibre optic saga.
Moss is correct. See what Moss is saying. They vetoed it because they will have a monopoly. That's what I'm saying. Turkey already has a monopoly. They have the airport on a 99-year lease. They bring the electricity over. Is it electricity? No, they're bringing the electricity over. They bring the water over. The fuel.
But hold on a minute. When you say monopoly, I mean, who else is going to? Turkey's only got 4 or 5 companies. I mean, did they expect the Republic of Cyprus to
Erdogan's worried that if there is a solution, the TRNC, or whatever it's going to be called under the BBF, will have to function on its own and make its own deals. And it needs to think forward in how it's going to generate money to pay its federal taxes, yeah? And if you've got companies that are run by another country dominating, then you might as well effectively say the BBF's going to fail because Turkey's basically running it in the background.
Yeah, but the only way to prevent that is to not do a deal at all and let your people suffer without, in this occasion, high-speed broadband. You know, because that would mean you'd have to wait for your country to be recognised, so that other
this is something that the
companies
ROC needs to realise as well, because obviously these decisions that are being made, every decision that is a yes or a no is a hindrance to the Cyprus problem, and it's going to be a problem that's going to need to solve by both under a solution.
Yeah,
so that's why it's paramount that a solution is found quick. Because you're right. Why should they sit there and suffer and not have good internet, water, electric, gas? But under a solution, it is going to cause another problem. How do you get these companies out?
Problem is, I'm just having a look at Musbaba's comments, and I understand the point. But what happens when we have this anti-Turkey rhetoric in the TRNC? We actually cut our noses to spite our faces. And so what it is what Mus is saying is anyone who's willing to invest and create competition so the public has a choice of provider. That's okay if you're living in the United Kingdom and you've got 5 or 6 broadband providers.
Do you want me to give you the biggest example? Can I hold on? Can I just give Escape the biggest example where I don't trust Turkey and the TRNC when it comes to the people and they don't give a shit about the people? Is where when I go to book a flight to Northern Cyprus and have done for the last fucking 30 years, I'm getting prices of £500-600 fucking pounds. Right? For a big country like Turkey and the TRNC, you telling me that they could not do something to reduce the fares to bring people back to the country?
Yeah, but I think over the last 4 or 5 years, I think the Greeks were paying the same sort of money anyway. You know, it wasn't much cheaper.
Yeah, but they've got Wizz Air, they've got other airlines that fly there, they've got options. We don't.
And I think,
and our
guys,
government-
Alex, let me just clarify. I mean, because Master Gas has said I'm wrong. There must always be a choice of providers. Guys, of course there must be a choice of providers. We don't have that benefit. We don't have
and
that.
this is why I'm countering
ability.
you. Escape, sorry.
This because I read on this the other week.
1 second, just this is why I'm countering you with this, because this is my nugget that I can give to you, where you can't even turn around and say to me it's because of X, Y, Z.
Well, it was because of COVID, the prices, wasn't it? Everyone
No,
went
this is
crazy
30 years, Bear. This is from Cyprus Turkish Airlines.
But what are you meant to do? Create a new bloody country to recognise us so they can
Guys,
send
No,
us
you're saying
airplanes.
Turkey cares about the people and they're paying all this money out. Then take a hit on bringing the people back to the
Yeah,
country.
but Alex, they take a hit everywhere. I mean,
Andrea, and I think Andreas has got some insight. Let's
go on,
see.
Andreas.
I was reading the news the other week about this, and I think the biggest issue is not that a Turkish company is about to take the contract for initiating fiber optics. It's just that they haven't gone out for tender.
well, no, well, exactly. But the point is that Turkey maybe has 4 or 5
But
companies.
they haven't gone out for tender. They haven't asked more suppliers. They just went to that specific one.
Fine.
And
Maybe
that
they're the
creates-
only ones that want to invest.
No,
but
the issue was that they haven't gone out for tender. They haven't reached out to anyone. They just went straight to that one.
You know why they do that, Andreas?
I don't know. It was in
Because
the. It
each
was in
time they
the.
put out to tender, the Turkish Cypriots fucks it up, basically. Excuse the language. And the Turkey decided not to put out to tender. They don't put anything out to tender. They decide their
Under
intent.
the constitution
Well, that
and the
creates-
TRMC, it
when,
has to
when
go
you're,
out to tender.
I mean, who's paying for this? Who's paying for this infrastructure investment?
Probably the government and.
But listen, the government, Turkey is paying for it. Whichever which way you look, Turkey is paying for it. It's like a young boy who's going on a joyride in his car, and he tells his girlfriend it's his car, but his daddy's paying for the car and his daddy's paying for the petrol.
Guys, I do a lot.
Try to think about the people in the TRNC, how they feel if the government is not going out for tenders.
That's why I use the flights from the UK via Turkey to the north as an example how they hit the diaspora people.
They're cheap now. They're cheap
Fuck,
now.
they're cheap. There. What are you talking about cheap? Have a
I
look
just
now.
paid-
What it cost you about
I paid-
400 quid.
Yeah,
mate.
I done it. I'm going on the 13th of July with Turkish Airlines to
Yeah.
Ercan Airport and back 320 quid.
And that's cheap. That's cheap. I can get a fucking 1 week package deal to Spain with fucking accommodation, transfers.
£320, Alex.
for
That's
320
it's a
quid.
good price, man.
That's cheap.
It's a good price.
Jan, British Airways on a Friday.
You need to travel out more than Jan, mate, because I can go to Spain for 320 quid with a hotel and
Spain. But that's
transfer.
Spain,
That's
Alex.
Spain.
Spain.
We're talking Cyprus. It's further
Cyprus
away.
is like
It's only
Spain. What's the difference with Cyprus?
It's
What
mate,
makes
2 hours down the road.
I'll tell you what the difference
Yeah,
is
I
in
can fly to the
Cyprus.
south for 50 quid tonight if I want.
I'll tell you
No,
what the
you
difference
can't.
is in Cyprus. The Turkish Cypriots expect big bumper paychecks and very, very big pension pots. So someone has to pay for this.
Yeah, Turkey.
Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to pay for our people to sit around and work their government jobs? I mean, I've got family out there.
Sorry,
They
Escape. It
study.
suits your narrative for Turkey to have a stronghold in the north because, like you said, your allegiances is always with Turkey and not with Cyprus. I'm
You have to look at the
sceptical.
reality on the ground, now,
Alex,
Alex.
no, Alex. It suited the Turkish Cypriots for Turkey to have a stronghold in the north for the last 50 bloody years, and now they're moaning. It suited Turkish Cypriots. They haven't moaned since. It suited them all this time for Turkey to spend fucking billions of fucking dollars on our side of the island, and all of a sudden they're moaning.
Yeah, okay, but if they really
Shame
care,
on them,
if they
man.
really care about Turkish Cypriots, then they would say, "Look, we're investing all this money in, but there's a
You will
contingency
see
in
in the
place
next year and a
that we will
half.
relinquish this to
You will
as a
see in the
gift."
next year and a half, it's going to blow your mind away how much they're going to invest in the north. They are going to invest.
And you're
big
going to
time.
see in the next 20 years how many Turkish Cypriots you're going to bump into when you go to get in Girne.
But that's irrelevant. I mean, look,
It's massively relevant, bro.
But Alex, I mean, the population's dwindling anyway. You know, and that's the same for the Republic of Cyprus. You know, so In fact, some argue the population of Turkey is dwindling so much.
I'm grateful to Turkey by
We hear you, mate.
supporting the North,
Yeah, all right, cool.
bringing in infrastructure and whatnot.
I
But
just wanted to make one point when you're not ready.
go on, Gas. I'm done.
Just to escape. The reason I hear what you're saying in regards to, okay, cool, don't bite your nose off to spite your face. But even last year, when I was chatting with the elders out there, they was having electricity problems because there's only two powers there that provide it, and they're having a political war amongst themselves, and one's cutting them off and whatever, and they're doing what they're doing to sway who your energy provider is with. So it's not just about the planes and things like that. It's where it's so small, where anyone has any sort of piece of power there, they are leaning into that power, and it's the end user that's taking the hit.
So
That's
let me
why the
let me
monopoly has
respond
to
to
be
that.
very, very careful.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the main reasons why Turkey is cautious about giving the TRNC too much free reign, and this is one of the reasons why I said that I don't trust the Turkish Cypriots with those big decisions because they don't have the experience. Now, the issue with the electricity is because most of the unions and the labour force that's linked to the unions were anti-Tatar. And at the time, there was very open rumours and very serious suggestions to say that they were dropping the electric around the voting period to make Tatar look bad.
Okay. imagine having
I mean,
one power.
it's not a secret.
But imagine having just one power, one provider.
Of course, I
It's
mean,
even worse.
well,
So
look,
if anything,
it's not.
that feeds into your
No,
narrative.
it's
of
not. It's
trusting
not that we haven't got a choice because we're not recognised by other countries in the world. It's like when the UK went to tender for the 5G, and Huawei from China won the contract. They got rid of them in the end because they thought they were going to spy on us. But we haven't got that ability. The only country that can invest in us is Turkey. And if Turkey says, "Listen,
yes,
guys,
Escape, and I agree.
we've got 5 companies, 4 of them are not interested, but these idiots, they'll give you some money and they'll build your 5G infrastructure if you're okay with it."
Yeah, but at the same time, what you're actually saying or what you're advocating for is the opposite of the way the world should work.
Well, no, that's not what I'm advocating. That's what's happened on the ground. The other option,
Yeah,
like
but
I
that
said,
is what exactly you just said. What I've said in another way. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
trying to
Ed,
do
the
a
other
counterpart.
option is let's not have any 5G. Let's not have any internet.
That's what
and
they've
let's
done.
wait
That's why
around
it's
for a
got-
deal.
That's why it went out. That's why it didn't go through, though.
Well, this is it. Let's
And
wait
then
around
your
for a
response,
deal.
your response to that was they shouldn't do that. They're biting the nose to spite their face. Just give it to Turkey. That was what your
Listen,
response.
it's not. No, Turkey's not going to pick it up and run away with it. It's like when the Israelis invest. You know,
But
We
Escape,
want-
is there a
we want
reason why?
investment.
You're not making sense.
I think
man.
you're missing
Sorry.
the point, guys. I don't think it's actually an issue with Turkey itself. It's the companies that work in Turkey.
And
They
they're all
didn't
run
go
by
out
the
for
government.
tender.
They're all run by the state. They're all run by the
Are they?
state. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but is there a reason why the TRNC can't have their own internet? What's the issue there? What's
Well,
stopping
They haven't got the
everything
money,
comes
man.
from Turkey, firstly.
Can they not borrow the money?
Well,
I
who
don't
from the
think it's
World
about
Bank?
money. It's not about money. Like you lot said, that Mus said down the bottom. It's about monopoly. Do you see what I mean? So
Monopoly from Turkey, you mean?
Look,
No,
in a
not
way,
just that. If you
Escape's
give
right.
it to one
But the reason
provider-
he's right is because he wants it to be right. Because
No,
his
it's not about
allegiance is
me,
with
guys.
Turkey over
No,
the
guys, we've
Turkey
only
support.
got one option. We've only got one outlet. You know, it's.
Yeah, but
I
Escape,
agree
you
with
need
you.
to
I
tread
agree.
carefully
Listen,
because
I
you
love
have
the.
to. If
you
you
have to
keep
strive to work.
letting Turkey prop the North up in a way where all this infrastructure's good, eventually, how do you pay them off? How do you get all this infrastructure back? They're not going to turn around and go, right, in 2017, we did the water for you. That's on us. We did the internet for you in 2026. That's on us. The airport, we did that for you. All right, that's on us. Like, good luck to you lot. We've secured you for 50 years. Now you've got your independence.
But
Good luck.
Alex, there was also another issue Turkey said, and it was for the security reasons in the north as well. So they would have separate channels so no one could listen to the chatter.
Yeah, but the 4G and the 3G has always been coming from Turkey anyway. So what difference does it
See,
make?
that's the thing. Like, it's all going to come from Turkey, right? We all know that. That's not even in question. So it kind of goes Escape's way anyway. The only point I was just trying to make is once it touches the island, it then has to be divvied up, and you have to have multiple people. Who's running it through there? Because if you have the one, you already know how they run on that side of the island. They're just going to lean into it. One political change, one something or other, global whatever, and that person can lean into it, and everyone pays the
Guys,
price.
in theory, of course, I agree with you both, 100%. We should have, there shouldn't be a monopoly. There should be,
Like
options
Eddie
for
said,
people.
it should be like BT. For example, BT own 90% of the lines. I think Virgin are the only ones that
Virgin,
have their own
yeah.
network other than BT.
Isn't BT state owned as well? right?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore, it's privatised now.
Open work, isn't it?
Open
reach. Yeah.
So BT, so basically, if you're a customer of TalkSport, was it TalkSport? No, TalkTalk. You're going through BT's network, but
And
you're
Sky,
billing-
and
Sky, yeah,
all of them.
and same
Well,
with
this is it. So listen, this happens. Listen, I'm in marketing. The monopoly is Google. If you're not advertising on Google, you're
Yeah,
dead.
but Escape, who owns the actual infrastructure? Because we know
infrastructure
that
in the
every
UK is
provider borrows
open-
it, don't they? They borrow it.
Is OpenReach and Virgin. The infrastructure in Northern Cyprus doesn't exist. So they've
No,
found a
you've got
company.
another company now, Escape, called Community Fibre.
Yeah,
but
I
why
know.
can't you guys call up Virgin and say, why don't you come to North
Because we're not
Cyprus
recognised.
and we
We're
pay
not
you?
recognised.
Greek government, we go up in arms about it. It'll
Of
be-
course, they would. We can't forget getting a broadband and fibre optics infrastructure. We can't even get a netball team to play.
This is true.
Yeah?
This is true.
This is why I'm saying it's all good saying yes, we need competition. Of course we do. Of course
We can't
we do.
even get singers to come and sing.
Exactly.
in
Escape.
But the reality is that there is no options.
I'm with you to a degree. All I'm saying is just me as being I'm not saying you're not a true Turkish Cypriot, but me being a true Turkish Cypriot, I'm grateful, but at the same time, I'm weary of the consequences it will have further down the line. I'd rather go without certain things that are not essential. To me, 5G is not essential in Northern Cyprus right now. That could wait.
Well,
They've lived with 3G and 4G for fucking years.
No, we've got a youth over there who would benefit from fast internet. I mean, look, this is one of them things where.
Banking system wants 5G. All the users are completely mobile. They
But
want
again,
5G.
is it just? I mean, I think they've resolved this issue anyway, JTP. But
Yeah, it's gone through.
it's resolved. But like I said, are we just cutting on noses to spite our face? Are we just being egoistic and proud about something that there's no options anyway?
Do you think the ROC providing some internet infrastructure to the TRNC is a good move forward?
No, that's not a good move.
I mean, I was all for the joint solar panel project on in the no man's land sort of area. Why don't we do some solar panels? Why don't both communities benefit from the land? Both communities should benefit from the land. They didn't even they couldn't even agree on that.
I've said this in other ways on these lives. I do put blame on the ROC here because, like I said to you, Mustafa Akıncı was the only leader in the North's history to never sign a protocol with Turkey, and he delayed it for 6 months before he had to finally cave in. And what brought it to the head is because they were trying to implement loads of religious things into the North at the time, and he didn't agree with it. And he delayed it. ROC did jack shit. So if they can see this fibre optic thing being a problem, why not fucking reach out to Erdogan and say, right, look, let's get you up on the internet. You'll be on separate channels.
What
With
will be
the
the
electric.
benefits?
But they don't. This is what I'm saying to you. This is what frustrates me with the ROC. Like, they want to sit down, thrash everything out. But in order to get to a deal, you need to put some things in place that we can benefit. Crossing points, yes, it alleviates time travel, but it doesn't really set the infrastructure up. You need to invest ahead of time. Like, you need to put money into it. I said this before. Even if
100% agree.
EU or the ROC was to say to the North, yeah, look, take this 100 million euros, do what you need with it to run your country, and that will take the pressure off borrowing from Turkey, then, that might...
Alex, I've said this before.
I totally agree with you.
Why is the ROC not incentivizing things for Turkish Cypriots? If they created the groundwork, Turkish Cypriots would flood over there. They'd love it. They just want to be part of the island. They want to be respected and equal. Create that equality, and eventually, guys, the the TRNC will cease to exist anyway. There'll be no need for it. But in this way, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And of course, we're going to turn to the hand that feeds us. End of.
I have to agree with you reluctantly.
That's the reality of it.
No, I have to agree with you reluctantly.
So you either want
being that I don't
broadband
want
from
that, but that is going to be the
Turkcell or
reality.
you don't.
They passed it anyway.
Huh?
They're going ahead with that anyway.
Who is the company? Do we know who the company is, or it's just all rumors?
Telephone.
Okay.
I know. I'll find out. It's passed through anyway.
You know, it's an interesting situation because.
Do you know between TRNC and South and North, you can't even use your phone. You have to have a different phone.
Well, they tried to push for that interconnecting communication, and that all went tits up. I don't know why.
Yeah, we don't have reception on and off if we come from the south, but you can get an eSIM. That's what I done, Ken. I got an eSIM.
Can you call from the ROC to the TRNC? Is that possible?
No, it has to go from the TRNC to the Turkey and then Turkey to Cyprus. And
I
then
mean,
vice
like, if
versa.
you guys are on the north and I'm in the ROC, can I call you?
No.
Yeah, you can through WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, you can.
Yeah, obviously WhatsApp there. We know that. I mean, can I call your number though? Can I call your phone number?
You're trying to call landlines there, Mike.
Not no one's got landlines.
Michael, let me
Even
explain it
mobile
to you.
phones,
Let me
they
explain
ask-
it to you.
you can, but what'll happen is
Michael,
they'll
let me
ask you
explain
three
it to you.
Islamic questions that you have to answer first, and if you
Let
get
me
them all
let me
right, they
explain
let
it
you
to
through.
Michael. So, because the ROC has its own network, if you phone from the ROC to the north, it is going to go through Turkey, then it's going to go to the north. If you phone from the TRNC, it's going to go through the north to Turkey to the ROC. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, you can make the phone call.
You can make a phone call, but it goes via Turkey.
What happens is that you'll get through, and then you'll get asked 3 Islamic questions, and if you can answer them correctly, they patch your call through.
What sort of question? What sort of Islamic question?
They ask you if you've been circumcised. Have you
If
ever
you're
eaten pork?
circumcised.
That's what they do. They say, who done it?
Circumcision and,
Who done
if you
it?
eat pork.
Was you under anesthetic? And did you cry?
Did it hurt?
Yeah. Was it sore when you got in the bath? Yeah. Did your mum send you into the sea directly after?
And if you're not circumcised, you're going to be on the 3G network.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm allowed to call?
Yeah.
Because I'm circumcised. Does that mean I'm allowed to call?
Yeah. No, you've got 3 after 7s, mate. The old Mercury call lines. Yeah, you're good.
I want to know why. I want to know why.
That's it, mate.
I want to know why Erdogan of the
Vision
North
gang.
wasn't invited. I want to know why he wasn't invited to the opening of the Turkish Airlines hub in Lefkoşa. You know, he was deliberately subbed. You know that?
Say that again.
Turkish Airlines opened a big hub in Lefkoşa. Massive, big building, new Turkish Airlines building, but they invited everybody but Erdogan. He wasn't invited.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was yesterday, I think.
Oh, okay.
Chad, there's a big discussion going on about what he said about Crans Montana. He wants to lock it in, and there's an issues there. I was trying to explain that to that Suat yesterday, but he wouldn't understand. There is a big discussion going on with people at the moment. Right?
There is.
Yes, there is. Because what he's saying that some of the Turkish Cypriots don't agree with. Right? So that's the reason.
You know what, Kalanabi? I can get with everything with Crans Montana. I can't get with the map and the transfer of land. I can't get with it at all. Not as a Turkish Cypriot. I don't think that should happen at all. Not one bit. I don't think we should give an inch. Not an inch. We shouldn't.
What did they say again? What did they say? They're going to give 8% to the south.
No, why should they? What are they giving
Is that
to
what
the
it
north?
was? 8% or?
It's not 8%. They're going to drop. There is a map if you go onto
I don't think it
internet.
really matters if we're going to be one.
Say it again.
Personally, I don't think it matters. I think that's something the TRNC are doing to sweeten the deal for the Greeks. I don't think it matters if we're going to be one country. why does it really matter? It's 2 states, 1 country. It don't really matter, does it?
It does
No,
matter.
it does
It
matter.
does
I don't
matter what
think
you're controlling. It does
it does
matter a lot what you're controlling.
I look at it like 2 states in America arguing about land, but they both come under America. So does it really matter?
Michael, you can pull your pants down, but you don't need to touch your toes, do you? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it sounds like to me.
Jan, that was graphic as fuck, boy.
Well, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. That's how I see it.
Do you know what as
You
well?
know,
Like,
I'll be blunt about it.
That
You
was
know,
very
don't
blunt.
touch your toes. You're touching your toes there.
I'll give you another example. Recently, Romford and the Borough of Havering, their MP defected over to Reform, right? And his narrative was to try and get Havering Borough to be a part of Essex again. Yeah, not part of the London greater expansion like all the other areas went. And obviously, I see all the comments going on around it, blah blah blah, because obviously I'm close to that vicinity. So there's a lot of people saying, "Well, hold on a minute. What about our freedom passes? Like the elderly who get, free bus travel because they're in a London borough. Some of the underground links, like the Elizabeth line that got put there and things like that.
Oh, what, the people outside of London don't get that?
No, you don't get freedom pass.
If you live in Watford or...
And what about, then it goes deeper. What about London waiting? Yeah. So, when you get a job, they give you an extra
That's not
£3
about
grand.
London, though. That's about being within the M25.
Yes, but Havering is in the M25, yeah, and it's a London borough. But what they're saying is, if you take it out and put it into a Essex, that London waiting comes from London, but you're no longer part of that borough no more, so you wouldn't be funded it. Yeah, the reason is because you're inside the M25 is because everything inside the M25 is considered London. So the reason I'm not trying to take it away from Cyprus. I'm just giving a point as. Think about the people who are living in the land that you will then pass back over and how they're affected rather than people's rights, or is it a deal sweetener? Do you know what I mean? It's like the ROC saying, you know what, we're going to give you this little bit of land right in the bottom corner. That we don't really care about that. You give us Varosha and whatever. They say they do that. What about those people that's living in the ROC?
That's not what they're saying, though, Gas. They're saying they're going to administrate it. They've already said what they're going to do about individual cases of houses and lands, and it's whether you've got the right to return, whether you're the original owner, is the original owner.
Yeah, no, I get that, but the people in that
I don't think
land
they're going to say,
get
okay, we're going to
affected.
give. I don't know. We're going to give Varossi or Varosha back, so that every Turkish Cypriot that lives there has to go. I don't think that's how it's going to work.
No, I get. I didn't say they don't have to go, but I'm saying they're now being governed under a different administration. Yeah, and that has
Well,
impacts.
that's what we want, though. We want us to cross over. We want eventually for this 2-state thing to go.
Yes, but but Michael, I don't think you hear me. When you say 2-state, that's 2 administrations. Yes, you're one island, but there's 2 administrations. So one might just give a higher pension. You know what I mean? One might give
That's
more.
going to come from government. No.
Yes,
That's
but
from government.
well, I'm just trying to make a point. Like, if you
Yeah,
really
it's not
think
going to be a
that,
higher pension, though. That's
okay,
not a good
all
example.
right, okay, all right. Well, fucking one
Maybe
might have to
parking
get
fines. Let's say parking fines are more expensive.
whatever gets you on the page. I'm trying to say, innit? That's whatever it is. You're doing it for me. You took yourself into it. Do you know what I mean?
Give you an example. In your industry, if the ROC took over Kalpaz, for example, every gas engineer, I know it's a very small place, but every gas engineer has to have a gas safe certificate. But if you move over to the Turkish side, which is a couple of feet down the road, a couple of meters down the road, they don't need a regulation.
That's not going to again escape. That's a government thing. If they bring gas,
That's the
safety
point he's making. It's going to be 2 different governments.
That's going to be overseen by the joint government. That's not the type of
Maybe
things that
maybe you're right.
bin collections, the price of a parking ticket, your council
council stuff. Yeah, but they're all
this
they're
stuff
relevant.
is going to be
Yeah.
different in the 2 sides.
Yeah, okay, and that's the point I'm making. So where the lines are drawn now, if anyone sort of divvies up, you never know, they might be benefited. Do you know what I mean? They go the other side and they're like, brilliant,
It's just
please
like
put me on
London
that
and
side.
somewhere
Do you know what I
like,
mean?
I don't know, Slough. You're going to pay higher council tax in London. You know what I mean? So if you're in Nicosia, you're going to pay a higher tax. You're going to pay higher service charge, etc., than someone from Bathurst. That's how it's going to work.
I was only raising it because you said I didn't see what's the point in it, because we're all going to be one country. But I'm saying there's just those little
you know,
Local administration. That's
things.
what the two states are going to be. Local administration. They're not going to be making different laws and stuff like that. You know, it's not going to be like that. I think mainly it's to run the school curriculums and
Yeah, but
maybe have
local
a bit more
administration
research, police
means
force
more
and
to
all.
me than government. You know that, innit? Like government don't do fuck all for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like government is for everyone. We all suffer or we don't. But when it comes to like where I live now, like you said, bins. We don't have wheelie bins. Yeah. And every Monday morning
You don't
I
have
gotta take
wheelie bins.
no, my Havering don't have wheelie bins, bro.
So,
I'm
but
lucky.
how does it work?
Yeah, my dustmen are gangster, bruv. These lot walk down the road and pick it up by hand and dash it in. I look at them every day. And I
Why
think,
though, bruv? Why?
because their council don't want to provide the trucks that can lift the wheelie bins up. So they're all thrown in the back. Yeah, and it's still the same looking truck, but I don't know if it's got the lift on. I have no idea. But either way, how does that affect me? Because you might say, well, it don't affect you, bro. You still put your bins out. But I have to put my bins out at
obviously it
7 in
affects
the
you, Cass.
morning.
You know, you gotta walk 50 meters from your mansion down to the main road.
Well, there's that too. But the thing is, imagine, like, you know, like you could just put your bins out the night before, innit? And leave your wheelie bins there and they'll just pull it out. It don't work that way for us because if I leave a black bag out there, the fox attacks it.
Well,
Yeah.
if I was a fox, I'd be moving into your borough.
Our foxes all over. Don't forget, I'm right next to Havering Country Park. So I've got acres and acres of forestation. So we get them anyway. But you start leaving bins out, it's a Jubilee party, mate. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just giving an example as to how council administrations actually affect me more. When I was in Walthamstow, there's a parking street. One road had two different parking, not bays, like zones.
Parking zones for permits.
Yeah.
So
Two
if
different
you're at the
zones,
bottom of
right?
the road, you can't park with that permit.
But imagine I live right in the middle where it cuts off. And
Sorry,
once
but we need to come back to Cyprus. Probably.
No, we don't. So what I'm saying is, one side.
It's the boilers now.
Imagine, no, I'm just trying to make a point, how councils make an impact. You know what I mean? It is about Cyprus. I'm just making an example as to what I know. So, allow me to do that. Anyway, I ain't going to carry on. But you get my point. Where they won't have it, I've gone to the council and I've said to the council, look, this side's there, that side's there. What's that about? Sorry, nothing we can do about that. And I'm just like, well, then who do you speak to? So, do you with me? If the Cyprus thing, you start putting over
You're
different
saying,
administrations.
the council affects your life more than
The government's administration.
There's some truth there. Well, there is truth in that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's all I'm trying to make. There you go, Ken. Back on Cyprus,
It's going to be even more localized. It's not going to be like the same on the north.
Well,
There's
some
gonna
of
be
our
different
people here,
councils and
George hasn't
authorities.
said anything. He's quiet. I wonder why. All right. George, are you still
Busy
there?
right now tonight with his goodness.
George has probably fallen asleep on watching the TV or something.
Well, he's
Usually he says quite a lot, George.
I'm sure he will do. But in the meantime, should we hear from someone else? Maybe you can.
I think McGrath was trying to say something earlier. You said in the comments, how do I...
McMart. Yeah, McMart.
McMart,
Hi,
there you go.
how are you?
Why are you saying it on the comment, Magma? Just come up and say, yeah. Let's hear
Yeah,
it.
he's asking a question now. Yeah, look. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just listening to what you guys are saying. I just want to ask you, from what I'm listening to everyone saying, the biggest thing isn't about the politics. It's not about the politics and everything else. It's actually about a psychological thing. You might think I'm a bit crazy here, but there's mistrust coming from both sides immensely.
You're right. You're 100% right.
Not wrong.
Okay. I think because the question was what step would actually bring us back together. I think it's that real big fear of insecurity. To be honest with you, I'm a Greek Cypriot myself.
So what do you suggest?
Well, I think before we start thinking about, political equality, about infrastructure is part of it, but before anything else, it needs to be dived down into making sure that both sides have that secure guarantee that the Greek Cypriots, for example, they got this big fear of division and external control from Turkey. And I totally understand from the Turkish side, they are a minority. And they fear they're going to be in a majority system and they're going to be marginalized, should I say? All right?
Yeah.
So I think that both sides, before you do anything else with land, with like businesses, your fiber optics, whatever. You've really got to start thinking about
But
the next generation, my kids.
McMahon, therein lies the problem, because the biggest elephant in the room is that the ROC don't want a power share.
Scape, let him
Yeah.
finish what you were saying.
Well, I kind of disagree. I think that the RSC does want a power share. They have to. I mean, that's if they're going to have a future, if they have any say in having one country but two federations, all right, you're not going to have what it has in 1960. That didn't work. All right, I can do the blame game of why the country was put there in the first place in terms of the British giving them independence. I can go to town by criticizing the Greek side, even though I am Greek, but I can go to town also saying, that from the Turkish side, that they've been pretty, both sides have been pretty awkward in terms of making sure that they're going to put themselves first before anybody else in the world.
Mark,
I was listening to that.
How does that power share look like to you?
The
When you
power
say that
share.
they're willing to. How does it look like?
Look, we're in the 21st century now, all right? I'm not saying that what's happened in the past is wrong. It's wrong. Everything was wrong, all right? 1974 was wrong. Why it happened? 1963, 1964, even the independence, even before that. But power share today, they've got to take a model like Belgium. All right, they've got to look at a model like Bosnia, for example. Bosnia's not an angel; it's not perfect, but they're power sharing. And you were talking earlier on about crossing points. That's what they did in Bosnia. All right, at least there's peace there. It's one country. They're not getting on pretty well at the moment, but they're making the effort in terms of like trying to bring normality to the country. I think you're going on about fiber optics. Can you imagine if the country was reunited? I'm not thinking wish list here, but you'll have a monopoly of different companies and different organizations being able to branch out in all parts. And that a federation, there's going to be, a federation will allow a equality in terms of land control, political control, education control. And then, I looked at the map of what was from the Annan Plan and also what was discussed from Montana. All right, and there was no map, but from what I understand is that there's the north is going to be receded land because it's in areas where they were going to probably agree on handing back. And then there's also areas like, for example, Nicosia, which is going to be a completely federal city. You can't go on forever having I live 5 minutes from Ledger Crossing. All right, I live in the old town. And I live 5 minutes from that crossing. I have so many Turkish friends, not Turkish Cypriot friends. I have so many Turkish friends in the north who are born there. And not one of them can come to my house for a coffee, all right? I get peed off, all right? But then I understand, that this is the rules that they've got at the moment. Status quo needs to change. And I really don't think having if you're going to have two countries, having a split a city in the walled city, it's both sides need to come to an agreement. And no, I don't think they should have, like from the 1960 constitution, that would be a president that's Greek Cypriot and a Turkish Cypriot that's vice president. That won't work, man. All right, that's not fair. So they've got to come to a rotational presidency that will make the country work.
But they're not willing to do that.
That's what they said, though. 4 years the Greek Cypriot, 2 years the Turkish Cypriot.
They haven't accepted that. The Republic of Cyprus haven't accepted that.
Yeah, the Bosnian model you mentioned is a tripartite. So there's three communities and there's three presidents from different communities. We just need to do Turkish Cypriot and Greek Cypriot. It would be nice to have a joint president if we can, but otherwise, a rotating president with equal representation in the parliament or whatever you want to call it is the best way to go. But this is what I mean about power sharing. The ROC don't want to give that up because right now they've been recognised by the main entity. They're recognised by everyone in the world. They're part of the European Union. Why give that up to another community? And that's a problem. I mean, I'll give you an example, McMark. And I've said this before. The Eurovision Song Contest, we're seeing this song come out now.
Jala.
You like it, don't you,
The,
Escape?
the Republic of Cyprus has been in the Eurovision Song Contest since the 1980s. They've been in it over 40 times. At what point have they turned around to their Turkish Cypriot compatriots and said, Ela Regumbare, come over and let's do one together? Never. Never. Yeah, and this is the issue that we have. We have honestly, we have an issue where the Greek Cypriot side or the Republic of Cyprus would much prefer to turn the other cheek and pretend the Turkish Cypriots don't exist.
But isn't
I would
And
like to
even if
say,
you don't
I would
want
like
to
to say,
admit
Mark
that,
explained
even if you don't want to admit that, that is
beautifully
what
there.
is
You know that.
happening.
Just can I just say, Mark, you explained yourself really beautifully. I just want that for the record because it's refreshing to hear someone say the way you said it. I thought it was really good. That's what I want to say. Sorry, carry on.
but surely that you've got two you know, like the from the language that's put here. I'm not complaining about anybody. We're just talking as friends here. But the thing is that we got a situation where both sides are continuously, you know, having that insecurity of mistrust, and I think that's something that needs to be sorted out before anything else. I think it's the top down and bottom up. All right,
It's the not knowing.
Look,
Yeah,
guys,
but-
it's Friday night. Funky Fridays usually is a night of disagreements. So I'm going to put something out there that's going to be controversial. I've said this before, and I'll say it again.
I'm going to stop it. I'm going to stop
I'm
it. Right?
gone.
She's still called your Eurovision super
No,
fan.
I'm just going to stop it. I'm going to stop controversy tonight. My job. Go.
No. I'm going to put a statement out. Right. Had the Greek Cypriots been smart, they would have eradicated the Turks organically from the island by now, had they not have attempted Enosis, had they not have had the whole EOKA A and B movement. The Turkish Cypriot population was dwindling. We were a minority, and EOKA B and Enosis was a catalyst for the Turkish Republic of Cyprus. Point one. Point two, you can still eradicate the TRNC by giving the Turkish Cypriots their full rights, equality, making them feel part of the island, and showing them that actually they are 100% owners of the ROC and they have 100% involvement in all areas of the island, both locally and internationally. They are represented in the football teams, in the Eurovision Song Contest, in the netball teams, in the hockey teams. They're represented in the music industry and the film industry. You give these people their rights, there'll be no need to back up the TRNC. They'll all be going to Europe. But what really shocks me, what really makes me wonder, is why on the ROC will not do that. Why they don't want to give these Turkish Cypriots their flowers.
I agree. I've said it before several times. You know, why don't we do a joint Eurovision song? Why don't we let a Turkish team play in the Greek Cypriot League? Why don't we let them, you know, play?
Can I just say something on this?
Before you do that, Andreas, I just want to say that was quite tame, controversially Escape for you, mate.
Yes, it was actually.
Yeah, go on.
No, because it
I
plants
was
a seed
expecting
now.
something so much more harsh.
Well, it will. This will grow into a big debate now.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut Andreas.
I can answer it, but you're not going to like the answer.
Fire away.
Come on, Andreas.
Okay. I don't Escape. The way I see it is, I don't think the ROC has ever said no to a Turkish Cypriot joining a ROC football team, or a singer from the Turkish Cypriot singer competing in the Eurovision contest. Let's say, it's the issue is not with the Turkish Cypriots. You have to understand that. The issue is with the TRNC itself, with the government, with the politics, with the
I think
state.
you're wrong, Andreas.
No, I don't think I'm wrong.
Yeah, we had a Turkish Cypriot football player and ROC.
For Monia, wasn't he?
Can I?
Yeah, he was playing in Omonia? Yeah, well, was he let go?
No, he played in Britain and he's been sanctioned and he had to leave Britain and all that. He's been chased out. So don't say it's not individual. He is individual as well.
So he was playing for Omonia, and when Omonia played in Britain, he was chased out.
Greek Cypriots, they're sanctioning everything. Greek Cypriots haven't given an inch to Turkish
I think there is
Cypriots.
quite a
And
few
the
Turkish
Turkish
Cypriots playing
Cypriots
in the
haven't
Greek
given an
Super
inch.
League, by the way, but individual
Can I
players.
just say something that I just want to ask a question? You're saying that Turkish Cypriots are not having the rights or equal rights. I went a month ago. I went to get my passport renewed in Nicosia, in Engomi, all right. And the passport, I had an appointment in the morning to go and get it renewed. And when I went in, all right, I was probably one of very few Greek Cypriots that were getting my passport, because you hear the language that's spoken. There was literally hundreds of Turkish Cypriots there going through the same process as me, all right, receiving an EU passport, and then that passport has it in Greek, in English, and in Turkish, all right. That passport is the identity of a country, all right. I know that they're sticking to a constitution from
What's your
1960,
point?
and so my point is that isn't that at least one step
Look,
that
this
exists
is
today that says that you've got every right to be
No, it doesn't.
a
It
Cypriot?
doesn't. You
Why?
because we're getting what rightfully ours, and you saying what you're offering us something.
what you're referring to is part of the Constitution, McMart. We did found the ROC originally too. Although it was the country was invaded by Greece and everything went tits up, but we have a right to that identity card. We have a right to that passport, but that doesn't change the fact that someone coming to Britain from the Caribbean might be able to have a British passport, but are they vindicated? Are they oppressed? Are they racially abused? Are they discriminated against? Do they have the same rights as a white Englishman? And what I see in Cyprus is that yes, we might have a passport, but we're not getting the same opportunities as Greek Cypriots.
Escape. You said Greece, but you meant Honda, right?
I
was
mean
gonna
Greek.
correct
I
him.
mean
I'll let it slide.
I
I'll let
mean
it
the
slide.
Greek government. I know what you're doing there, Sof. You're trying to
Yeah,
spice
I know
it up.
what you're doing.
I'll let it slide,
Escape.
man. I
So
was
you're
gonna
saying
come for him as well, so.
Escape. So you're basically saying that the Turkish Cypriot cannot join an ROC team.
Listen, in the Premier League in
They
the
can't.
UK.
Who said that they can?
So let me
They
just
can. There are
offer.
Cypriots in the
Let me
ROC.
offer
just a
clarity.
word.
Let me offer clarity. In the Premier League in the United Kingdom, the English Premier League has a law that you have to have homegrown players, a certain number of homegrown players. These are British-born footballers. Okay, it doesn't matter whether they're really, really good or really, really bad. That football team has to have a number of homegrown players.
Okay.
What the Greek Cypriots argument is if you're a good footballer and you're Turkish Cypriot, you can come into the team. If you're a good singer, you can be part of Eurovision. No. The law should. Hold on, guys. The law.
I
should,
like this. Go on, continue.
yeah,
It's quite a good.
the law should protect the rights and the identity of Turkish Cypriots and make sure that they have representation by law. That's what we want. We want our future.
You know what? Ken's got Escape has got a great point. You know why? I'll tell you what. Not that I like it. Yeah. Sorry, Escape. I didn't mean to cut you, bro. But I liked it so much that I had to. Because what you're saying actually is, if the Cypriots, Turkish Cypriots are being represented. Stop me if I'm wrong, by the way. If Turkish Cypriots are being represented, and the passport is always the evidence of that, whereas that is just their legal right globally. What you're saying is the fact that Turkish Cypriots should have a place on every team, like the rule of the English league, is so that English footballers can still be produced and grown within the nation. Otherwise, 100%. You may never have no English footballers ever one day.
There you go.
Yeah. So I get it. So what you're saying is by not having that, there is some evidence that equality is actually not being shown. Interesting. Good point.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
a good
and
argument.
also, just to clarify, people are saying, what, if you're a shit player, the level that you're at shouldn't come into question right now, okay? Because you might not make it in the team. You might make it in the squad, but you don't make it in the team. But it needs to be legally, safeguarded. And if we're to remove the shackles, as the Greek Cypriots want to say, from Turkey, if we were to gain our independence from Turkey, the only way we would want to do that is if our rights are enshrined in law, is if our identity, our culture, our people are guaranteed by the law for the next 100 years. And these are examples of turning around and say, hold on a minute, we've had 41 years of Eurovision Song Contest, but there hasn't been one Turkish Cypriot from a community of 800,000 people.
So what stops this Turkish Cypriot billionaire that you have in the north? Yeah, what stops him from creating a team in the south, getting
Andreas,
British
that's
coach?
not the point. That's not the point. Why? We've got loads of that. That's not the point. The point I'm making: the law should protect this community and give them the same opportunity.
So you say that we have to have a football team. Okay, so we have to have a football team of 20 players, let's say. 11 are playing, 10 are on the bench.
No,
And
you have to have
saying,
a squad of 25 players.
Yes.
And 5 of them, and a certain number of them needs to be homegrown. They need to be from the Turkish Cypriot and the Greek Cypriot community.
Can I just interject 1 second? No one's saying that GCs have to do that. I get where I like this point because it's actually a really interesting point, but it's not to say, we deserve it. I think that's the crucial point that everyone needs to get. Those in the comments as well, because I even just saw Mary say, well, the TRNC don't have that. The point is that if GCs are going to keep making the claim that equal rights is given, TRNC is not making that claim. In fact, are they? They're actually saying that this island is like this until a resolution has come about. And no one's saying that the TC should have that. But if you make an argument to say, we give you all the equal rights, and then actually his argument does stand, it's quite interesting. I think it's important to get that crucial point there because I don't think you're saying that should be a guarantee, right? Escape, you're not saying, you want it. You're just saying, don't use that argument when actually there's many factors that doesn't show equality. Or are you saying they should have it?
Myself?
No, Escape.
Oh.
Escape's got missing.
I don't really get the idea. I mean...
Sorry, can you hear me? Let me just clarify because my mic just went there. In the UK, each football team, let's say Arsenal or Manchester United or Man City, they have a 25-man squad, right? 8 of those players have to be homegrown. They have to be born and bred in Britain, okay? They have no other choice. So what happens is these big clubs, they buy young British players and they try to improve them, okay? They invest in their own country. Instead of going and buying players from Italy or France, they have to invest in their own country. And what I'm saying is we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We have a Cypriot Football Federation that also protects the rights of Turkish Cypriots. Each team has to have at least 4 Turkish Cypriots in their squad. What's wrong with that? And then no one can turn round and say, actually, we don't get any rights.
I don't see a problem with that. I don't see a problem with that.
Let's do it.
Hang on. I don't see a problem with that. Would 4 Turkish Cypriot footballers travel to the south every day to do training?
Well, why not? They travel to the south to buy their food and drink and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
So at a young age, their mum and dad would take them to the south to
They do, they
stay
take
with them
them
for a
to
couple of
school.
hours.
You're acting like the
No, because I've got another idea. that
Andreas,
maybe could work. No, I'm not against it.
Young
I'm
mums
not
and
negative.
dads drive from London to Manchester to take.
I am not negative at all. I'm not negative.
Andreas,
I do agree with you. Escape. Hang on a second. Let me just finish. It might be a good idea if some ROC teams have a communal football pitch somewhere in the dead zone where it would be easier for the Turkish Cypriots to go and train.
He's even supporting your idea, Escape.
No, look,
yes,
look,
I am
Andreas,
supporting it. To be honest, I do like it.
We're not a favela or a derelict district in India. We have our own training pitches. Don't worry about that. What I'm saying is we should have legal guarantees that ensure that a Turkish Cypriot has a chance.
Yes, but the ROC recognized team that's going to play in Europe cannot go and train in the north because it's against their own thing. So they can have another one that's closer to there.
Andreas, that's not a problem. There's no Turkish Cypriot has a problem with traveling to the north, to the south. Yeah, everyone travels to the north and south all day.
And they all have ROC ID as well.
Exactly. And that makes it even easier for you.
They all do.
Not all.
Most of those who live there who would play football can do. Like you're talking about the young and vibrant.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They do. They travel out the country. I've been asking this question for a long time to them over there when I'm there. And they all have one. They look at me like I'm crazy when I ask it. They're like, "Are you stupid? Of course we have one. How do you think we travel into Europe? Are you mad?" Do you know what I mean? They all have one. They've got no problem with having the ID.
But I mean, even that is we're going on a different topic. But you know, Istanbul is a major transport hub. You know, it's one of them. It's the second busiest airport in Europe, if not the world. I mean, they can easily go to Istanbul and then branch out from there like everyone else does. But anyway, the point I'm making is I'm shocked. The older I get, the more I look into this situation, I do wonder, why is the ROC not offering these incentives? Why are they not giving these olive branches? Why are they not basically making the TRNC irrelevant by giving the Turkish Cypriots equality? Give them equality. Secure their rights, secure their identity for the future, and they won't even need a TRNC.
I think it's a great point, but I think it's going over a lot of people's heads. No disrespect to anybody. I just think that some people in the comments I'm reading, it's like you're asking for it like it's a must.
Yeah,
It's not
they
what
may
you're
not
saying.
understand.
That's not what you're saying. What you're saying is that, you know, look, you guys can't move over there. We're going to be part of the EU because, you know, in the world's eyes, we're in the green here. We ain't done nothing wrong, all right? And you lot in Turkey have, but not you Turkish Cypriots. So do you know what? We're going to hold your spots for all of you across the board because we're nice over here and we just want to see you lot flourish. And that's what you're saying, right?
Well, yeah, I'm saying basically they don't recognise the government. Okay, this is what I keep saying to everyone. Even if the Turkish troops were to leave tomorrow, even if there was not one Turkish troop on the island, the Turkish Cypriots would still not be recognised under their current guise of the TRNC, because it's the TRNC they don't recognise. So, in order to make the TRNC redundant, thank you, Khan, for the word. To make the TRNC redundant, you have to remove its unique selling points. You know, you have to give them people enough of an incentive, enough of a life opportunity, enough of a career opportunity, enough of a socio-economic opportunity, enough of a housing opportunity to think, hold on a minute, I have a ROC passport. I'm getting much better treatment in the ROC. I've got more prospects in the ROC. What am I worried about the TRNC for? I'm leaving. It's basic common sense, right? I don't know if anyone heard me.
I did, but I've already been told off in the comments for not letting you speak. So I'm not going to say nothing.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to me. You know, why the ROC hasn't changed its policy.
Escape, I tell you why. Because the ROC recognise Turkish Cypriots as people, but they do not recognise us as equals. Why don't you just
Therein
say
lies the issue. That's the problem.
Why don't you just say it out loud? I say it out loud.
Well,
and that's the truth.
I'm hoping people
John
come to their own
trumped
conclusions.
you on controversy tonight, Escape. John Numbers just trumped you on controversy there.
Yeah, and I don't think it's about equals. I don't personally believe it's they don't recognize you as equals, guys. I just think it's all politics. They as a Turkish Cypriot, you are recognized. You have opportunities in the south, and you're giving subsidies for certain stuff.
Not as true equals. Not as true equals, Andreas. I don't believe it.
I don't know. I need to have a look into that so I can.
Well, can you see,
justify it
Andreas,
now.
that Premier League thing, the Football Premier League thing? You know, someone who's anti-Turkish Cypriot will say, "What if you're a shit footballer?" But it's not about that. It's about investing in your community, investing in the people of the island, and bringing everyone up to the same standard. You know, and giving those Turkish Cypriots the same opportunities. They might only get eight spaces in the team versus the 18 that the Greek Cypriots get, but at least they get some sort of guarantee and some sort of representation.
And you know what? They should have a prayer room in all their changing rooms for the Muslims as well.
Well, that's just equality and diversity, isn't it?
I'm just stirring the pot.
No, it's true. You know, I mean, you might not see any Turkish Cypriots in there, but you might see a couple of
Best case, a
Iranians.
lot of Turkish Cypriots live and work in the South. There are thousands of them.
Of course they do. Of course they do.
They're all right.
They're fine, but they're not getting the protection from the law in terms of their identity. You know, they don't have the same
Hold on,
opportunities.
1 minute you want equality, then you want to be protected as a minority. Which one is it?
Escape. Everyone has the same level of protection, regardless if they're Syrian, if they're
Hold on a minute,
American, if they're
Andreas. I want him
English.
to answer. Does he want us to be a protected minority, or does he want us to be equal? I'm confused.
Well, no. I want us to be equal, but I want us to be acknowledged as a separate identity and a separate community.
But naturally, if we do find a solution under a BBF, then these football teams will scout Turkish
I'll
Cypriots.
tell you something.
naturally.
Under a BBF, Alex, under a BBF,
course
that
they will.
doesn't automatically guarantee us equality.
Anyway, I think it's the right time for me to slip it in. Musi asked earlier, Musi Beda, I think his name is, whether Erdogan was elected for peace talks or was he elected because they had enough of ÜBP? It's a question from Mus.
I think they had enough of ÜBP, probably.
That's
Yeah,
a
I'd
good
say the
question,
same.
that is. I think it's the both. I think they were a bit fed up of Tatar, and also they want to have a discussion. They want to go forward.
I just
Trouble
want
is
to
with Tatar-
clarify the stuff about the football because I'm just responding to Uncle Tony and Sav the Greek, where they claim that I'm making stuff up and, you know, there's lots of Turkish Cypriots playing in the Greek league. There might be. But the point I'm making is there's no law to protect that forever and ever, amen. Whereas in the Premier League, they have a law to protect the homegrown players.
So
That's all that's all I'm stating.
It's like in America where they got to hire people. Is it appropriate? What's it called? Appropriate? It's a word for it. They call it. What? Say it again.
Appropriation.
There you go. Where you have to have, you know, equality across the board in terms of, you know, whites, blacks, Hispanics, you know, men, women.
You're talking about DEI.
Is it DEI?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm saying if that's what it is, then yeah, I think that's what Escape's alluding to. Because that there is a country that's open and they're trying to make sure that people ain't
About
keeping a
diversity,
whole
yeah?
white workforce. And then the argument comes back in to say, well, actually, it should be the best man for the job, and the best man shouldn't lose that job because of the color of his skin. If he's a white man, but he ain't getting it because they have to make way for a black person, say, then that's unfair also. And I get the argument. But I guess in this instance, where Escape said, which I find quite interesting, I know I've said it a few times, but it really is a good point, is that if there's a divided country here, and apparently on all fronts that the Turkish Cypriots are equal within that society, and the problem is Turkey, then what Escape says makes a point.
Do you agree with DEI?
Not generally.
I don't. I think it's a
Not
bunch
generally.
of bullshit.
Yeah, if I'm being
Yeah.
honest, that's why I said that.
Like, I don't remember like a couple of weeks
No, but-
ago we were talking about having the rotating presidencies, right? And then the Turkish president must pick a Greek vice president and vice versa. I think that's bullshit. I think they should pick whoever is the best guy for the job.
Yes,
So if he wants to pick a Greek,
but again,
he should pick a Greek. If he wants to pick a Turk, he can pick a Turk.
I hear
However, how do you juggle the fact
I'm
that
trying
you need
stop
that
you before you
to-
miss the point, bro.
Huh?
I'm trying to stop you before you miss the point. The point that Escape's making is if there's a quality coming from the ROC, like in England, where the law is in every football team, you must have minimum of three British English grown players so that you don't ever lose the academy side of things.
Yeah,
in
but then
England.
it doesn't
What they're
really matter.
saying
Even
is,
if you
Go on.
institutionalize it, right?
Yeah.
You enshrine it in law, right? How do you then take away? Sorry. How do you then take away people's biases and racism that's also institutionalized within their government?
Well,
You can have as much diversity and equality as you want.
Well, to
But
answer your question,
ultimately,
it should be the
hold on,
best man for
bro,
the job.
allow it,
from a
bro.
Turkish
Like, everyone's
separate
chatting. I'm sitting there silent, bro. I'm
I'm
saying
just
two
making
words.
sure you got it. That was
Allow
all
it.
saying, bro.
No, I hear it.
Yeah, go on,
So my point is, yeah, okay, diversity is great and equality is great, right? However, how do you then square that circle where you want diversity, you want equality, but then you also have institutionalized racism? I don't get it.
Because, and I do understand you, but what I'm saying is what makes this so much more unique than the normal setting everywhere else. And I know people are going to go, no, here we go again. The point is that you have a divided island, one side recognized to the world, one not. But the common rhetoric that gets said is TCs are with us. We've got your back. We want you over here. We want you to join with us. You know, it's Turkey that's the problem. So therefore, what he's saying is that in that scenario, you should make sure that you hold spots for it. Every team must have it because they are homegrown, right? They are from the island, homegrown. Therefore, bringing about unity.
But
Yeah,
then
you're
again,
going to argue from the other side.
but
Is
you're
there
doing
going
the
to be
same.
racists from
It's
the
the
other
same.
side? What
Yeah,
you're saying,
you're
right?
doing the same thing
Yes.
again though, because you're picking them solely on the fact that they're Turkish. But maybe those Turkish players are shit.
Yeah, but my point
No,
is,
they're not being
but
picked.
hold on. No one said you have to play them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you make sure that there's two on your team,
Representation.
two on your team, they've got to be good enough then to get into the first team. Do you see what I mean? Like that goes without saying. You can't just play someone who's shit. That's a deal breaker. That's like moobs on a man, mate. That's a deal breaker, mate. You know what I mean? So
But Shahin,
hold
you
on.
made a statement. You said it should be the best man for the job. What I'm saying, it should be the best Greek Cypriot for the job and the best Turkish Cypriot for the job.
Let's say right. You got like this quota that you need to fill, yeah, and you're picking somehow, some way, Cyprus makes it to the Euros, and you have all of these things in place, all of these laws and regulations in place that you have to have a certain amount of Turkish Cypriots on the squad, no matter what, all right, and you have to develop them and so on and so forth, whatever it is. Then you're picking your squad for the Euros, yeah, and you need. What you need, like, I don't know. Let's say you need an extra.
That would be techie. You got a
Right?
Turkish
Let's say
Cypriot
you
going
need
up
an
against
extra.
Turkey.
Let's say, right. Let's say you got an extra centre back, and this extra centre back is wicked, bro. This guy is nasty work, bro. He's a baller. Yeah.
There it goes.
However, he can't join. He can't join the squad because he has to pick a Turk. And sorry, mate, I'm gonna pick the Turkish centre back instead. Like it doesn't make sense.
What
And
are
it's
you
the other
saying?
way around. And the other way around, by the way. Yeah.
He's letting goals in. Is that what you're saying? He's going to start letting goals in against
No,
Turkey?
I don't. Like you can't have it both ways, yeah. And then you can go down this rabbit hole. You can do a little thought exercise and see how it would go. If you have institutionalized racism, let's say for example it doesn't happen, and then they sue the Cyprus FA or whatever the fuck they have over there, yeah. And then after that, some dodgy business is going on in the court, and they lose the case, and then everybody's going to sit there and cry racism and it's unfair and we didn't get any justice.
that
And
could
it's the
happen.
same old story again.
But you're arguing about something that's already been done in the Premier League. Yeah, it's a 25-man squad. Only 11 players get to play. Throughout a season, they're going to rotate. So a Turkish Cypriot gets a chance, right? Without that law, they've got zero chance, or there's no law to protect their future.
I like it. I
Yeah?
like it.
They
I,
got
li-
no.
I like it. And the reason I like it is not because I want to see Turkish Cypriots like, yeah, get us in over there and mess up the regime. No, I don't want that. Like, I'm just saying that it does make more pathways for joining.
Pathways, exactly.
And attacking institutional, not the word, systemic, racism that's been built up over history. I do think that is. I mean, yeah, you have to be able to play. I like what he's saying because it's like saying, look, you're a country that's doing well. You care for your brethren on the other side. Yeah. They're like, fuck Turkey. Yeah. But you lot are with us. And that's like saying we're going to make some spaces available to you because they do it in government. In government, didn't someone say the other day that they've got 3 or 4 seats in government that remain empty for TCs, right?
Okay, guys, to support Escape's
Yes, there's
idea.
several. This idea to have this quota, I think is bullshit. I think there's
Okay,
a lot.
can I just support Escape's
It was
idea
just
for
a
a
general
second?
idea, bro.
There's
It
so
Can I
many
just
more
quickly say
better
something?
ways.
Shane,
Hold
can I
on,
say
bro.
something to you?
There's so many,
Let Shine
there's so many
finish. Let
more
Shine
better
finish,
ways,
bro.
yeah.
Shane, can I quickly say
To
something
It's
make
just
sure
to you?
one
that
way.
those
It's
players are
not the
represented,
way.
bro.
Yeah,
Shane,
let Shine finish because I want to.
is he
He
talking?
always
Bro,
gets cut out.
there's about five or 10 better ways to make sure that Turkish Cypriots get their opportunities, right? I just
Amazing.
don't think that you're gonna ultimately, if you want production, yeah, and if you want what's best for that institution or whatever, you want the best for that football team, you want the best for the people in power, you want for the best for people in I don't know, in all the organizations in government, I don't know, in education, in whatever, right? You shouldn't just solely pick them based off the fact that they're either Greek or they're Turkish. You should want the best players or the best people for the job,
No, but
right? And if it just so happens to be that all 11 players are Turkish, then all 11 players should be Turkish.
Yeah, but
I
let
don't
me.
get it.
Yeah, but
but
okay,
but
okay.
can I
You
just
don't
quickly
get it.
can I just
Let
quickly
me
make a point?
go on because I want to respond to this. It's important. Go on.
No, go on. It's your
All right.
point. Go
Okay.
on.
So when you say you don't get it, you see the problem is that the Turkish Cypriots are not recognised by anyone in the world. So they have a lack of funding and a lack of prospects. So you go and study to become a doctor, you have a lack of prospect. You study to become a lawyer, you have a lack of prospect. You don't go and train to become a top high level footballer because of a lack of funding, lack of resources, and a lack of prospects. But if suddenly next year a law is made to say, hey, 5 Turkish Cypriots for every team in the Cypriot League, you're going to see investment, you're going to see money coming in, you're going to see prospects. Those children are going to grow up thinking, hold on a minute, I can actually be a footballer and play in the Champions League.
Do you
They
think that
can't
there'd
play
be
in the
more?
Champions League at the
Do you
moment,
think there'd be
guys.
more investment for a whole community to secure 5 spots, or there'll be more
No,
money
Shane,
being pumped in?
No,
there
let me add the
won't
point,
You're
though.
be 11
limiting, bro. The
spots,
way that it
bro.
sounds,
There's
you're
no
Let me add the
guarantee.
point. Let me add the point.
bro. You're
The
limiting.
Shaheen, what
makers,
you're
That's the
they
forgetting,
get a legal guarantee. Yeah?
sorry, Shaheen, what you're forgetting, yeah, it's not a private football club like Galatasaray or Fenerbahce. It's a football team that's representing a nation. So you need proportional representation of all the people equally, right? Now, if it was a private football team where it's about winning the
that's what he's
trophy,
saying, though, Abi.
no, Abim. He's
That's
not
what he's
saying that.
saying. He
He's
said
saying
every
that for
football
the
team.
Memleketin in England
It can
football
be
team,
both. It can be both.
in
In
the
the
English football
UK,
team or in the Premier League that's
yeah.
representing England,
Mm.
there has to be homegrown talent.
Yeah,
So
they
they have to
represent the.
invest in
Yeah,
their youth, right? So what we're
exactly.
talking about, Shaheen Abim, is proportional representation. So let me give you another example quickly, right? Imagine, right? The law said for you to be a policeman, you got to be 6'2", right? And Turkish people saying, but wait a minute, the average Turkish person is 5'5". How do we get to be police now? And they're saying, but wait, if we lower the standard to get you in, we're going to have shit police because the police ain't going to be able to be 6'2" and grab somebody from the collar anymore. They're going to be little midget police. We don't need the standard of police coming down. But then the Turks are saying, but wait a minute, we got Yorkshiremen from Yorkshire coming all the way down to Hackney, patrolling our streets, abusing our people. Where's our police to patrol our communities? So what you've got to ask yourself, Shaheen, is in the hierarchy of events, what's more important, proportional representation or elitism, which
Yeah,
is what you're purporting?
yeah, it's true.
You know what though? Maybe we should change the subject because a lot of GCs are getting really upset in the comments. Like
Oh, that's their
tomorrow, all of a
business, man.
sudden, their sons and daughters are going to lose their spots in the football team.
That's their business.
Like, just stop talking about it, man. Move it on.
The point
Just
what
one more
what I'm
thing, just one more
proposing,
thing
yeah.
before we move it on. I mean,
Yeah, go on, address, bro.
in time, I mean, football players don't just become football players at a later stage. They do start young, don't they?
Exactly.
Yeah,
It takes.
So
It
yes,
takes
so
years.
if there was an initiative for which they are allowed, by the way, to join a ROC team from a young age, they could go to the Premier League and play in the excuse, I don't know the words because I don't really follow football that much,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
could play in the elite team,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first team, let's say. Can they? So
Listen, yeah, I mean, look, Andreas, they can go into Turkey and do the same. You know, they'll play for Galatasaray, Fenerbahce, Besiktas. These are all top European teams.
yeah, but we're saying that the
point
ROC is
I'm-
not giving them the opportunity, but they are. I mean,
no,
they can't join.
No, the point I'm making is that the Turkish Cypriots, zoom out of the whole football thing for a second. The Turkish Cypriots want equal rights. We want to be treated as equal members of society and have political equality. We want a rotating president. We want our rights to be heard. And we want to make decisions on the island, you know, not as a minority, but as an equal. And this is just another stepping stone. It's another pathway in where we say, just like the British do, you have to have 8 Turkish Cypriots in every football club in Cyprus. There might only be 10 football clubs, but they have to have 8, or they have to strive to have at least 8. What will happen? The Turkish Cypriot youth will be motivated. It will be a catalyst for them to go and play football. There will be more investment.
What you're saying, if the, for example, the Cyprus government, the ROC government, subsidize buses from the crossing point for free transport to the playgrounds for young kids.
Listen, that's another option. Yeah,
It will be a better option because a lot more people will go in and train to become footballers and get those seats
Can
in
I ask a
the
question?
first team.
There's a better question. If there was unification tomorrow, yeah, absolute unification. Turkey's out, TC's are all one. It's the ROC again, and everyone's joining. Would anybody have a problem with that law coming into play then?
What, that the Turkish Cypriots need to be represented?
Yeah.
Don't know. It sounds like it's a big issue.
Well, I just reading the comments. It's a bit deep. It's like I'm just thinking because if it's okay, then if that's okay, yeah, then isn't that evidence that is the stepping stone to being together? The idea
Exactly.
is that's what I'm saying. But if it's not okay, then how do you stop? Because obviously, as you all know, Greek Cypriots are the majority. How do you stop them from not letting Turkish Cypriots into their football clubs if they're all one?
Yeah, you have a point, all of you. You have a, you know, I totally agree with you. There needs to be some kind of like in sport, there needs to be more integration with the Greek Cypriots and the Turkish Cypriots. However, there is one big massive problem with the football clubs. All right, they're tied with politics, all right, and they're tied with ethnicity. I mean, I know that Apoel, you know, Apoel in Nicosia, one of the best teams. All right, it's the football club for Greek Cypriots. All right, you know, it's. I'm not saying that it's got to be.
It needs to be law, McMahon.
Hang on, Mark. It's a football club for right-wing Greek Cypriots, not Greeks. You know, so there will be some racially things said on the football pitch.
Yeah.
But that's part of the whole.
This is just primitive. This is just primitive behavior.
Why is that just part of the whole vibe? Like, why does that even exist?
A lot of people say racial things in football, don't they? All around the world.
But
A lot of
my
people-
point,
a lot of people
my
don't,
point is
right?
saying, my point is that, you know, that if you're going to start, if you're going to look at things, this stems back to the psychological thing, things that start from the word go. All right, from the points of you know, not the politics or putting people in places for football. It's the root of everything. All right, it goes back to I'm a Greek Cypriot, I'm a Turkish Cypriot. All right, you know, if you're going to bring people together and say we are Cypriots, then all of these institutions, even the sports, need to be addressing this. All right, I know it's easy to say that we have lots of foreign players. I mentioned Apoel, but you have lots of foreign players that you do have in these teams. But you know the background of all of these, they've really got to start thinking about removing themselves, and that's a very difficult thing to do, to be honest with you.
See,
all right?
Mark, the
You know-
point. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. Go on, carry on.
No, it's okay. Carry on.
Yeah, I mean, the point I was making was that for there to be a deal or for there to be a reunification or a solution, we have to, one, respect that there is 2 communities on the island. These communities have their own identity. And then we have to be in a position where, God, I've lost my train of thought now.
Sorry.
We basically got to be in a position where, you know, the ROC makes the Turkish Cypriots feel like they're being represented. So if you ask a Turkish Cypriot if the ROC flag represents them, many Turkish Cypriots will say no. They don't feel represented in any shape or form by the ROC. They might be able to
Then you're going to hear, Escape, that, oh, but it was made by a Turkish guy, like that means anything.
Yeah, exactly. And they might be able to go to the border and get a card to say they're part of the ROC. But actually, in reality, on the ground, they don't feel represented. So for 41 years, and again, I'm going to go back to the whole Eurovision Song Contest because I actually think Cyprus is going to win it this time, and I kind of hope they don't, because I think it's going to be a shame if they do, because the Turkish Cypriots have no representation. 41 years, no one turned round. Like I said, Elare Gumbare, come over, man. You're part of us. Let's add a bit of a Turkish jingle to it, or you know what? Let's have a joint. Let's have a Turkish boy and a Greek girl, or a Greek boy and a Turkish girl, or two Turkish, or a Greek girl and a Turkish girl singing this year. There's been nothing of the sort for 41 years.
Skip, sorry to cut you, but I know in Athens, in Greece, there's a ladies basketball team, and the captain is a Turkish lady from mainland. But there's a loophole. The sponsor of the basketball team is from Turkey, a company from Turkey.
Okay.
So why can't we do that for Turkish Cypriots as well? So if Turkish Cypriot, there's a billionaire in there as well. I heard in North, he's really wealthy. He could be sponsoring one of these team in ROC, and he could bring anyone in. So if there's a will, there's a way, right?
Well, no, yeah, but we don't even need to get into that, because if the Turkish Cypriot community is equal and they're the same, then they should be represented in every single part of Cypriot society, Cypriot politics, Cypriot entertainment, so on and so forth. Their culture and identity should be part of it. And it hasn't been,
But you know,
guys. Let's be
what
honest.
you haven't said yet, Escape, and you need to keep ending your line with this all the time. It's okay that they're not. Just don't say that they are.
There you go.
You have to keep ending it, because it's like everyone's thinking that you're coming up with some new idea that everyone needs to conform to, otherwise they're racist. That's not what's being said here. It's just saying it's okay that they're not. You know, what's happened. But you can't in the other breath say, you know, you're represented completely, you know, we've got you all because you're entitled to a passport, which is freedom of movement.
And like I said, Master G, if they were to represent us in all those areas, then the TRNC would be redundant.
Exactly, which only adds to their unification model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Just doesn't. I can't get my head around it.
Just to argue what you're saying on one aspect, you need to differentiate between accepting the Turkish Cypriots as equals and the government TRNC.
Yes.
The TRNC will cease to exist, Andreas.
Yeah, I'll explain. You talked about doctors earlier. You said that doctors are not given they're not given equal rights, let's say.
Well, no, they don't have the same opportunities in the TRNC.
Okay, a Turkish Cypriot doctor can enroll in the ROC National Healthcare System under YESI, provided that he has an address in the ROC. So that's the difference. If he wasn't to have an address in the ROC and his address was in TRNC, he could not enroll because TRNC is not recognized.
Okay.
But if he was in the ROC, he would have been given equal opportunity to become a doctor of the national healthcare system, because he's recognized as a Turkish Cypriot as equal.
But Andreas, is this really a realistic political ploy? Or is it just a computer says no issue? Because all you have to do, I mean,
It's probably computer says no issue, because you're saying...
Because you guys continue to call Turkish Cypriot towns and villages under its Greek name anyway. So you can carry on listing his address as your Greek address, 123 Kofinia Street, and there you go.
But Skip, you need to look at it Greek side as well. Like you said, you want them to be included. You don't want Turkish Cypriots to be excluded. But if they got Turkish Cypriot ID, And if ROC recognize that passport and include them in the team, then they might as well recognize the rest of the island. They can't do that.
Well, no, they'd have to have
No, that's
the
not
Republic
true.
of Cyprus passport.
That's
They're going to
not
have
true.
the Republic of
They're
Cyprus.
allowed to have a dislike towards a governance of things. They're allowed to have a dislike even towards TCs. Of course they are. You know, they no one should sit there and go, oh, that's it, you are oppressed and you need to get everything. No chance. That shouldn't be the case. But what he's saying is that GCs can sit there and say, we want to make room for TCs because we want to live together one day and we want this dispute gone, the Cyprus problem gone. We want to do that. Yeah, they haven't got to recognise the TRNC. They haven't got to do that. They could just say, you know what, we don't agree with that, but we do see you as people. So we want to open up a space for you. Yeah, of course. There's nothing wrong with
Guys,
that.
what's happening, man?
Wow,
Big Sav,
What's
agree.
happening? I've been driving crazy for the past half an hour. I've been wanting to come up, but I've got this stupid iMac in front of me, and there wasn't a request button. So I thought, screw this, and I opened up the iPad, and there's a request button there. So listen, guys, listen. I've come up as your doctor now, yeah? All right? And I'm going to try and put some medicine on the table to fix a few problems we got here. Now, number one, and please, no one interrupt me, yeah? Just for a minute, just for 1 little minute. Now, in England, okay, yes, there has to be homegrown players and all that stuff. But a homegrown player, if he's got a Pakistani passport, mate, he ain't going to be allowed to play in that team, all right? If he ain't got some kind of visa or whatever, some document allowing him. Now, if you got a British passport, mate, it doesn't matter if you got 5 legs on you or 6, you're going to play, all right? Now, same thing goes in Cyprus. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, forget the politics, it's ROC. If you are within the ROC, there's no one telling you you can't play football, you can't play basketball. And listen, I challenge any one of you here. There are loads of Turkish Cypriots that play in the Pro League here, all right? No one stops them from playing here, mate. Good luck to them, mate. And there's a few good players and all. And actually in Division 1, the second division, there's a lot of Turkish Cypriot players. A lot. You know, look it up. There's a lot of so what you're saying, that's why I've been going a bit mental in the chats. You know, it's crap what you're saying. You know, there's better points. I get what your point is. I get it's all about equal this, that, but not in the football buzz because they can play, choose another subject, man. This is
Yeah,
a
but you
stupid
say
subject.
that, but Sav, it's almost
Yeah,
you're
but
brushing
you're
it
allowed
off
to
because-
play. How can you play?
Of course, I'm not saying they're not.
You're using
I'm
the
not saying they're
Premier
not.
League as an example, but if you ain't got a British passport, you can't play
No,
in the
no.
Premier
These,
League.
I'm not saying that they won't have
You
an
know, like
ROC
a homegrown player. For God's sake, man. The
No,
Turkish Cypriots are
saying
all over
that-
the place playing here, mate.
Sav,
I know
Sav,
a lot of Turkish
hold on,
Cypriots
hold on,
that
hold on.
play.
I'm saying that they need to have an ROC passport, okay? But their ROC passport clearly identifies them as Turkish Cypriots, right? So when he comes on the pitch and his name is Mustafa Sandal...
No, you're wrong, bruv. Sorry, you're wrong.
Right.
Sav, you're missing the point. He said
No,
they've got
one minute.
ROC
If I
passports.
come from England, wait, I know his point. But I said I've come up and I've come up as medicine. So hear me out, bruv. I get his point.
He's saying that they've got ROC passports today.
That
They've got them
passport,
already.
it might have Mustafa Ahmed Akembaya on it, okay? But he's got an ROC passport. Okay, my passport might have Anthony
Sav, you
Witkins
must
on
have
it.
missed it. You
It's
must
an
have missed
ROC
it.
passport, bruv.
Look, with all
You're
credit
the
to you,
one.
Sava,
1 minute. You're the
Sava,
one that's.
I'm giving you credit here.
From
You
a
must have
TC
missed it.
to a GC, bruv.
Yeah,
The
Sava, you
ROC
must
don't do that.
Listen, I'm giving you full credit here for your intelligence, right? You must have missed the point where he said that the Turkish footballers that play that already got ROC passports. He's not saying that TC.
No, he
sorry,
said it
Turkish,
to. No.
You
He
missed
said
that
that.
part. You
He
missed
said
that
that
part.
right now. Listen, my intelligence is all right, mate. Don't worry about that. About the passport thing, he said it 30 seconds ago.
If
He
you're not
didn't-
getting what he's saying, then
No,
you are
he said
done.
it 30
Yeah,
seconds
you're
ago.
done,
He
then,
didn't
innit?
say it 2
You're not
hours
getting
ago.
what he's saying.
He
then you
didn't
are
say
done.
it 2 hours ago
No,
when he
Sav, you must
started.
have missed it. Your iMac must have been playing.
Yeah,
up.
I
Maybe
did say.
my
I did.
iMac must
I
have been
did
playing
say.
up. So
I did
even
say
if you, so
in the
if you
comments
said
to you,
that,
Sav.
so
Sav.
if you said that, bro, you ain't got. There's no argument here.
Sav, I think you're missing the point, bro. Don't take it disrespectfully. Just let me
No,
explain
man,
the
I'm
point.
taking it wickedly. You
Oh,
know
good,
what I mean?
good,
I ain't
good.
got.
Okay, let me explain the point. Firstly, can I just say I just quickly done a quick research. I think there's one player in 2024 that made history being a Turkish Cypriot to play in the Greek leagues. I just researched it just now. 2024. Yeah,
One
so
player.
you're one. So I don't think there's as many as you think there are.
No,
Anyway, that's another
maybe
topic.
there's one player in
One.
in
Yeah,
the
one.
first division. What about the second division?
Well, I just quickly done a quick research. Are there any Turkish Cypriots in the Greek Cypriot leagues in any sporting? And that's what comes back. Only obviously, listen, that's for another topic to start researching. That was a quick research. Anyway, the point I'm making is what he's saying is it's about it's about allowing a pathway for representation. Because
hold on a
people,
minute. So there's one
no,
player.
Sav,
yeah,
Sav,
but there's
you
one
asked for
player.
one
1 minute.
but
No.
Sav,
I want you to. I want you to support what
asked
you're
for
saying.
1 minute.
Yeah, but 1 minute. I want you to support what you're saying.
Do
So
that.
there's
You
one
can't,
player
Sav.
because no one else is allowed. Is that what you're saying?
Sav, you can't ask for 1 minute and ask for no one to interrupt you, and then you
No,
interrupt.
but complete your thing.
You've got double standards, man. Come
but
on.
you said you went
Here we
online
go.
and you
Go on, the
saw that
Sav
there's
show.
one
Go on.
player.
Go
All
on.
right,
Go on. I'll let the Sav show. Go on.
No, it's all right, mate. It's all right.
Okay, we're talking again. All right, thank you. Brilliant. What I'm saying to you is, bro, what he's saying is, it doesn't matter. We don't care. It's okay. But when the topic is raised to say that you have all the same rights, it might be, but will they be picked? Probably
That's what
not.
it's all about, man. Why
Right.
shouldn't they be
So-
picked if he's a good football player? What are you
No,
talking
but
about?
no. Will they even go over? Yeah. Imagine there was an incentive to say, look, we need this. We're going to provide a program for this because we want to get together. It adds for more unity. No one's saying about Turkish Cypriot rights because they don't have the right. Yeah. Then the day they're living there and you don't live there. You're just saying, if we're talking about, if someone starts arguing the point of saying you have all the rights, yeah, it's not necessarily true because you have to fight through systemic racism to get your right. That takes a very special and specific individual to do that. That's the only point that's being raised. Yeah, right?
Well
It's
done.
not, it's a pathway. It's nothing more. Give her a shit, truthfully. Like, I'm not even being rude. I'm just, honestly, it doesn't matter. And guess what? They can do that without even recognizing the TRNC. Yeah, all he's saying is it's a pathway. Yeah, it's like saying, look, we're going to do this because we want to live together one day. You can even sit there and say, fuck the TRNC, fuck Turkey. You can even say that. But what we're going to do is we want to start absorbing some of the Turkish Cypriots to start coming over, creating this pathway so that they haven't got to face this systemic racism. We're going to put rules and umbrellas in place to make sure that this can't happen. We're going to make it a rule that you have to have two. Don't get me wrong, they ain't going to play if they're not good enough, but they've got to be on the team. And who knows, they probably won't turn up anyway because they're too shit, if that was the case. But at least
help us feel part of the ROC.
That's all it is. It's not even needed. It's not even a must. It's not you deserve. It's just, can you just imagine that for a moment? But then let's flip the coin, Sav. If we have a recognition tomorrow, not recognition, a unification tomorrow. Imagine the whole island was just the ROC. Would you not then advocate for some sort of form of making sure that Turkish Cypriots are definitely part of it because they will probably get outnumbered and not let in?
Can I flip the question there, Master Gas?
Yeah, flip away, bro. I like coin flips.
What if let's say the TRNC has players in the South, but they're crap at football. Do they still deserve that position?
No, but they have
What
to have.
if they're all crap? Let's say that.
But then what you do is you cross each problem as it arises. Problem number one is there any platform to allow them in? Yeah. Then problem number two is, are you any fucking good? Yeah. Like that's how you.
I mean, look, like, I think Sav said earlier, we don't even have Greek Cypriot players in most of the leagues. I think it's a very small.
Okay.
Well, there you go. Ask you a question, Chopper.
Yeah,
if
go
there
on,
if there was not a good enough singer to represent Cyprus in the Eurovision Song Contest, right? Would you let someone who was not? Would you let someone who was not Cypriot just so we can win? Just so we could win, we're going to get some Palestinian or some Sri Lankan to sing for us. Can that work? No, Sam.
Yeah,
but if we're talking about football,
Yeah, but
If we're
they
talking
do
about
that,
football,
bro.
then
No, but we're talking about the
it's a
national
competitive
squads, not
sport.
about like Ammonia FC. We're talking
No,
about the
listen, it
national
applies
squad
to
that
Ammonia too.
represents.
It can apply to Ammonia like the
Okay, are we
Premier
talking
League.
about are we talking about leagues or are we talking about national squad?
Listen,
That's a different.
it doesn't matter. The Premier League, they make it subject to each Premier League team.
Bro,
Because
what we're talking now, mate, don't make no sense because for this to happen in exactly the way that you want it, because even if we're talking until the morning, mate, and even if
It's
there's
not.
400, 1 minute, let me finish, mate, and even if there's
All right, we don't
400,
want it.
and even if there's 400 Turkish Cypriots playing in the Cyprus League, all right, but with the pathway of, yeah, you've got an ROC passport, you're allowed to play, that still ain't good enough for you. So your point will only be accepted and valid for you if there's a bloody solution there. So you're wasting your time now. If there's a solution, then
I don't know where you got that from.
let me
You pulled that out
finalise.
your ass, mate. I
Let me
don't know where you got that
finalise,
from.
Ray. Let me
Guys, give
finalise.
him that.
So
Let
if
him
there's a
have that,
solution,
yeah?
what you're
Because-
saying is a must.
No. See, again, you
No, it's
don't
not.
listen. We
Right,
don't
it's a
want
must.
that.
If there's a
No, it's not. You can
No
have a
one
two-state
wants
solution
it.
where you
What?
got your football team and we got ours. We're not asking for that.
But that will not happen, Ray. The two-state thing that you want. You know it ain't going to happen.
But
Not
we're
in a
not.
million
But
donkey's
in,
years.
but in
You know,
theory,
so
but in theory,
if there's a solution that everyone's going to team up and whatever, which I think will never happen anyway, all right?
Dad, listen, Dad, slow down a sec. What
No,
we're
I'm
asking
slowed down. I'm
for
just trying to
is,
get a point that you're wasting your time here.
yeah, but you're using a million words to describe one sentence. What we're asking for,
Oh, I'm not
yeah,
educated like you, bruv. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's
What
true.
are
You're
you?
not,
Wait, are you a
but I still respect you
you're
though.
a
But I still
computer
respect you.
programmer, isn't it?
But
You're
yeah,
a
that's
computer
right. But I still
yeah.
respect you though,
Well
innit?
done, man. Well
All
done.
right, but I still respect you though. So can you
I
respect me as
respect
well,
you
please?
too. So it's
All right,
be
cool.
sarcastic.
All right. All right.
All
So
right.
what I'm saying to you is what we're asking for is nothing outside of what's accepted within the European Human Rights Convention, which is as
All right,
immigrants
mate.
and
You should
Cypriot. Wait,
tomorrow
Stop
morning
us.
send a letter. Send a
Listen.
letter and make your complaint.
Right,
Man, I
I'm
won't
saying
let
to
that
you,
happen, because I'm
1 minute, man. What the fuck am I here? Listen, I'm saying to you, when we're immigrants, Cypriots living in London, we ask for proportional representation. That is a European human right. So why can't we have that in our own country? Because we're part of Europe now, right? We've got to have the same standards, right?
Can I say something?
That's all I'm saying.
Caucasian.
Let him finish a bit. Let Caucasian finish a bit. Hai spiegato io sei.
I'm saying to you, this is a European
La
standard of living.
because Silva is here spending listen.
Yeah.
Caucasian, carry on, my friend. Carry on.
Is this not
Sorry that
a
interrupted.
standard? Is this not a standard thing of European rights across the whole of Europe? Why should it be different in Cyprus?
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, we're not asking for something that's like from the moon or alien
worries, man.
or from
Do it, bruv.
We're not
Do
asking. We're not asking for Sharia law. Like we're just saying to you, this is a part of being European, proportional representation. Instead, giving you a fucking example from the English Premier League.
Guys,
What more do you want?
Do you know what it is?
want?
Do you know what it is as well? Why this is funny to me, right? Is because Escape made a point which just shows about all the levels of representation. That's all it was. It was a point, okay? Give a shit. No one needs it. We don't want it. Furthermore, fuck it. I wouldn't want to. Don't even do that, yeah? Because by looking at the reaction tonight from even talking about this topic, fuck me, it will cause more drama than anything else.
No.
But it's just talking about, yeah, representation for people that everybody claims that has equal opportunities, yeah, on the ROC side. It's not as equal as people may see. That's it. That's all that's being said. All that people got to say is, you're right. There's not as much equal opportunities.
But it's
Yeah, but-
logical
And that's
that
it.
it's
Just
right.
leave it at
It is.
that.
I think what you guys are saying can happen, but instead of talking about going straight into Premier League or national teams, let's start with academies. Let's start with mixed academies. Let's
yeah, but
start
soft
with
that will
homegrown
happen
Cypriot.
because if you give these Turkish Cypriots a pathway, a career pathway, an opportunity, and you say to them, look,
but we're not saying go direct to Premier League as well, though.
Well,
We're
no,
saying let's
but-
start with academies. Let's start with
Listen,
bicommunal
everyone has to start in
football.
an academy. You get a young boy from East London who travels up to Manchester because he got scouted by Man United. You know, that's just how it is, and he has to slog it. I mean, I've had many family members who've played for Premier League clubs, and they've been dropped at the age of 16, 17.
Yeah, my nephew's
Yeah.
11, and he
Yeah.
plays for, I ain't going to say who, but he plays for a professional academy club, and he goes on a mad mission daily,
course.
and he's
Exactly.
11.
Yeah.
Like,
My brother was the same,
you know what I mean?
for a very long time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, bro.
All right. So, yes, bro. So listen, now, yeah. Let's say that tomorrow morning, yeah. All right, that donkey who represents Cyprus, all right, wakes up in
it's
the
a bit
morning and
harsh,
says,
but go on.
yeah, no, he's a
Go on.
donkey and a half,
on.
out and lad. Now,
Fucking hell, here we go.
he wakes up and says, you know what? Last night I was scrolling around TikTok and I found this chat and I found this guy called Escape, and he put a really good point. All right.
Yeah.
So as from today, I want to assure you all that there has to be. How many did you ask for? 8.
No,
For example.
no, 2.
8. Right.
Eight's a
let
bit
come.
much, man.
Yeah, 8's a
Fucking
bit
hell.
too
There's
much.
only 11 in a fucking
let's
squad,
say
Escape.
Like 25 in the squad. 25 in the
Let's say 5. Yeah, 5.
Come on,
Yeah,
whatever,
5.
go on. Ella.
I don't even think there's 5 Greek Cypriots playing for any Greek
Well,
clubs.
that's an issue in
it's all-
itself.
yeah.
Go on,
So
yeah.
let's say no, it ain't an issue. It's a fact of people get whatever
No,
they get
Sam,
into
it's not.
to win
The
things.
Premier
No,
League
but what he's saying
Let me
is it's an issue
finish.
because
Let me
it stops
finish.
your
I wanna
homegrown
make a
talent
point.
coming
Exactly.
through. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
what
I want to
mean?
make a point. Hold on. I want to make a point. So he turns around and says, all right, as from tomorrow, forget the solution. That's a different story. When it comes to sports, any league in Cyprus, okay, whether it's football, hockey, basketball, whatever it is, there has to be so many Turkish Cypriots in the football team, okay? And, you know, if they're good enough, they're going to play. If they're not going to play. That's a different story, all
Yeah,
right?
of course, yeah.
All right. You tell me what Turkish Cypriot, because this is a bit of a checkmate thing, yeah? What Turkish Cypriot is going to come over, hold the Cyprus ROC flag, all right? Or have the Cyprus ROC flag on their shirt because it's a ROC football club, all right?
There'll be a lot, bro.
Well, this is the point, Sam. This is the point. We will rally around the flag. That is the point I'm making there. We will rally around the fucking flag. That is the whole point. And I bet you'll even have Turks from Turkey.
That's
that
a
will start
good. That's a
supporting
good thing on your behalf.
Of course.
If you accept that,
but
then
bro-
you know what?
Yeah.
That's a very good point. But
that's what I'm saying.
But do your Greek compatriots who come over rep the ROC flag? They do, don't they? Like, what's
Yeah,
the
I'm giving
point?
you
What's
an
the problem
example
with it?
here. Me, I
know, but
don't
there's
care about the
problem with it.
flags. I don't
Listen,
care
they
about
care
nothing.
about anyone who's put that much level of effort into football and wanting to make it needs firstly to be on a platform, a world stage platform, which ain't going to happen in the north. And to lift a flag, which is actually showing representation towards that person
Legally.
legally as well. Why would they have a problem?
Exactly.
Oh man, good
You know, I mean, look at.
Mr. G, can I say something?
Yeah, go on.
Let me quickly say something. Yeah. All right. Some made a good point because, like, I respect his point, innit? But here's my point. Yeah. Not to counter him, but I'm just saying they write Turkish writing on the Greek cigarettes, innit? On the ROC cigarettes, it writes a health warning in English as well. If
And
no
on their
Turkish people
passport- and
buy
on
them
their
cigarettes,
passports, bro. And on their
they would
passports.
still write the Turkish writing on there.
And their
Reason
passports.
being is that their claim is that we represent the whole people of Cyprus, including all the minorities and all the people of this is what we're claiming as the ROC, right? So they're not gonna just because they won't turn around tomorrow and go, well, we checked the statistics and Turkish people are buying Turkish cigarettes. They're not buying Benson and Hedges, so we're just not even wasting money writing Turkish writing on the fag packets no more. Like that would never happen because their actual claim is more important. The claim that they're saying that we represent everyone. And that's what you need. You need an umbrella where everyone can come together underneath that umbrella and feel like one group of people. Otherwise,
Exactly,
that
I mean-
unity, that love will never grow.
Yeah, but
Can't.
you know
I
what,
mean, guys,
Caucasian?
look
Spot
at.
on. That's what Escape has been saying. That's from the very beginning. He's not saying it in a way of going, I'm Turkish Cypriot and I want more rights. He's saying it as a way of, look at that one little thing there that the rest of the world are doing as well in their own countries, yeah, which keeps their country stronger, i.e.
But that
keeping
comes with
homegrown.
everything else of Escape. It's a packet there. When they're there, it's a packet, bruv. It ain't about football or cigarettes
No,
or
it's not about
sitting in a
football.
coffee shop. It's all, everything you're talking about has the same outcome. All right, and for that to happen, there has to be a bloody solution, bro, guys. If there's
No,
no
but it's
solution,
not, Sam.
if
It's
there,
not.
you're always gonna have these.
Why is it
Why
tied to a
that?
solution? Wait, Sav, why is it tied to a solution for you to give people their due rights based on your own constitution? Why does anything else
I
matter?
ain't. No. Wait. No, bro. I told you straight. For me, maybe I'm stupid. I'm not clever as you lot. Yeah, maybe. All right, or not as successful as you lot.
You're
But
probably more successful,
no,
but not as
I'm a
clever.
donut, mate. You got people.
You're
You
more
got
successful, but not
you
as
got
clever.
people like Kalkashani and everyone else. I'm a donut. Listen, mate. Listen. For me, we've got a big problem in Cyprus. Everyone, I understand you. I understand your point. I'm on the other side. It's a lot more easier for me. Yeah. But unfortunately, that's how I grew up the last 50 years. You know, I can't change things. First of all, I can't change things anyway. So I just get on with things. And it's a lot more easier for me as for what I'm, you know, in recognition and all that stuff I'm talking about, not as a human, you, me, or whatever. We're all, you know what I mean, yeah? All right? Now, so I understand you, but that can't change, bruv. If there's not
Yeah,
a
but
solution,
Sav,
and if,
look,
listen,
look.
and
Yeah,
if
but
it
Sav, what
doesn't,
you're saying is then you're gonna collectively punish a whole group of people that you're claiming to represent under your constitution.
no,
You're
I'm not
going against
punishing
your
no one,
own.
mate.
But what you're saying,
Guys,
that's
let me
what it
just
is.
come in for a
You're
second.
saying, go on, Hadis.
I mean, basically, Soft's live tonight is what real steps would bring North and South closer today. Forget political solutions, right? What is going to bring?
Your mic's gone, bro. Go on.
Can you hear me now? It's a bit playing up. The app's
I can
playing
hear
up.
you fine. I can hear you fine.
Oh, it might have been me then. I don't know. Sorry,
What
bro. I couldn't just been me.
solution or what real steps would bring these two communities together? And what I'm saying is actually, because a lot of Turkish Cypriots don't feel represented by the ROC flag, because even if they can go and get the ROC ID card and passport, they don't feel part of society. They feel like a minority, or they feel as an outcast. Okay?
Escape.
Yeah.
What about the TRNC has to allow 5 players of the GCs to come and play for them?
But
Yeah.
I knew.
Hold
I
on,
knew,
hold on. Let's play this out. So
Well,
they come over and they represent fuck all because they can't represent
That's it,
anywhere
exactly,
in the
because
world.
there's
I
fuck
get
all
it,
prospects.
But what I'm saying
There's
is,
no
if they
prospects.
said we're gonna give that to you, like you know what I mean? It's it's not
there is a Greek Cypriot
really.
that played.
Huh?
There is a Greek Cypriot that plays in the north.
Yeah, there probably is.
Fantastic.
And
That's how it
because
should
he
be.
didn't have an opportunity to play in the south, he went to the north and joined the team there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, the North
I love
doesn't
that.
have any prospects. It has no future because it can't play in the big leagues in the world. The ROC can. The point I'm making is how do you make the TRNC what was the word, Khan? Oh, it's gone. Redundant. How do you make the TRNC redundant? Okay,
Escape.
well,
What do you make
give.
of this guy's comments in the bottom, bruv? This Rabbi.
But who's he going to
Yeah,
name? Who's he going to strike?
Can you hear what he's writing?
Listen, how do you make
suffocate
the
that conversation?
how do you make the
That's true.
TRNC redundant? You offer the people that live there an out. What is that out? It's equality, it's opportunity, it's equal rights, it's making them feel.
Soft, can I mute that guy? Because I think that's too much.
What, the rabbi?
Yeah, bruv. Napalming strikes, fucking nuking.
Yeah, it
each
makes no
city.
sense. You can't nuke one city. You're just gonna nuke the whole island. I don't get.
I mean, sure, cool, bruv. This guy's just
one
fucking
Just
enough.
soft to get technical. Well, soft was about to break down the equation. Well, actually,
Yeah,
if
each
you
city,
throw
you
one,
know.
this could have everlasting
Let's mute.
effects on the surrounding countries. That will.
Should we mute him then, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about
Well, you know
nuking the
what? You might
south.
as well
Don't
bring
let
him
him
up
say
now
that,
because
man.
I've forgotten what I was going to say. You might as well bring
I'd
him up.
mute, bruv. I don't think he's going to add anything positive.
Let him do talking.
You lot are just. Oh,
Bring him up, mate. Bring him up.
Bring him up. Let him do the
Bruv,
talking.
Bring him
guys,
up, mate. Let's see what he's talking about.
I've invited
him.
That's talking
I've
about
invited him.
nuking the South. Come on.
Anyway, so what I was saying, guys, is listen, the Turkish Cypriots would love to be part of the ROC. They want to be Europeans. They want to have prospects. They want to have a future.
There he is. Hold
and-
on, Escape. Let's see what this nuker wants to say. Sorry, apologies.
Go on,
I know
go
you're
on,
mid-flow.
Rabbi.
But this guy's thrown me.
Wagwan, Rabbi.
Yo, what's up?
Wagwan.
Why do you want to nuke the South? And what was it? You want to napalm? Why?
I can't be bothered.
What do you mean you can't be bothered? What a thing to say.
Yeah, you know, he's being truthful though.
He wants to do because he
Well,
can't be bothered.
let's hear from you on a
I hate
serious.
to see you depressed, mate. If that's what you do when you're bored, fuck me.
Rabbi, you know, let's be serious. Give us a serious take, because I'm sure you're a young, educated man. Tell us what your opinion is of the Cyprus issue. Are you Turkish Cypriot? I'm taking.
Oh no.
No, he's from
Mainland.
Turkey.
You're from Turkey mainland. Okay.
You got another account?
No.
Are you
sure?
Turkish or Kurdish?
I'm both actually.
Okay. That's another subject that we
he's
won't go
proper
into
damaged.
tonight.
Janan, sort him out. Sort him out, Janan.
So, what do you think of the whole
I think she's
Cyprus
gone to
issue?
sleep.
Well, there's
She's
no
not
issue.
there. God.
People are getting on with their lives. There's no issue.
That's one point. That's one way of looking at it. Yeah, there's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, the international community needs to recognize the North, and that's it.
We're not by nuking anyone, bro. Come
Because
on.
if Europe doesn't recognize the North, I pray Erdogan opens those borders and floods Europe with immigrants.
Yeah, that's mad.
Do you think that? Do you think that'll have a
Turkey would
unibrow?
get from that, bro?
Hmm?
You know how much fallout Turkey would get from that?
What
nuke,
does
though?
he care, bruv? He lives in his little fucking terraced house in North
I live in
London,
the UK.
in Mummy's loft. What does he give a shit?
No, we would need powerful wind generators to push the wind away to like Greece. I would support
Ah, this guy's too much. Fucking
I'll
hell.
tell you what, mate. You're gonna get thump up. You know.
He's
the
fucking
fallout
bad.
should go all the way to
This guy's
Greece.
talking about turbines that blow
You're
the
gonna
fucking...
get a proper thump up. You are, mate.
I'd love to see this guy and Tom debate. To be honest,
Yeah. You know what I mean? I think you have to go and try a bit of angel dust, man.
You
Yeah,
know what, though, big fan.
angel dust.
Not
man.
only was he calculated with the napalm strikes and the nukes, he's talking about wind fucking turbines to blow the air that way as well. This guy's proper fucking Herman
I think you've
Goering.
been watching too many James Bond films.
No, but you know what though? Greek women do love me. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Go and buy your picture, mate. You know what I mean? Go and buy your picture. I don't blame them.
He lives up to his picture. He's a cock.
Why do you not get so bothered when I say napalm strike? It's a joke, obviously.
Oh, brother,
Not
that's
really a
that's
good joke, though, is it? It's a very
When
distasteful.
you
I'll tell
say
you-
something silly, mate,
Let
you
me
should say
answer
it's a joke.
that. I'll answer that for you,
11
bro.
p.m.
Because it's already a fucking touchy subject. Everyone's can't even talk about putting fucking footballers together, and you're talking about fucking nuking the whole fucking South. Bro, come on, bro. Come on.
Well, I don't know.
Listen,
You don't know much, do you?
I'll tell you what, Escape.
Yeah.
Listen, mate. And again, you know, you've heard this before from me, and I'll say it again. Now, I understand you, and I don't know why everyone got a bit of how they got before. All I was saying is that I know that Turkish Cypriots, if they want to play in the Cyprus League, they can play. All right, it ain't as if no one's telling them not to play. Now, the rest of it all is the same old story, all right? And we know that. That's the point I was trying to make. Now, me personally, mate, because you lot all know that I've given up, yeah? I've given up. Yeah, I've given up. I've made that clear.
I reckon for £1 million we'll get you back in the game.
No, man, I've given up, mate. It's not
All right,
about
10
that.
mil, 10 mil. We'll get you back in the
Nothing.
game.
I'm done. Even with all the financial and the property and all that on the other side, I've sorted my back.
I reckon for 10 mil,
I've
I
said
could get
that
you
before,
to
yeah?
wear the TRNC flag right next to the Arsenal flag on your shirt. Come on, bruv.
Yeah, bruv, you know, tonight,
10 bear, do it for 500, do it for 50 grand, not 10 million.
guys, tonight it's all about, no,
I'm
don't disrespect Tottenham, all right? It's all about
playing with you. I'm a gooner. Don't ever think.
Yeah,
for a
but
minute.
you know, we got
No.
a few Tottenham fans. Yeah, let's be sweet. Yeah, let's be
No,
sweet.
no. You got to give it to the Tottenham.
No,
fans.
no,
What
no,
do
no,
you
no,
mean?
No, I feel sorry for him at the moment, so I'm going.
Yeah, they're having a tough time.
Yeah, no. I hope, and I really hope they don't get relegated. And I'll say that from the bottom of my heart.
I don't.
No, I don't. I
I
don't
have
want
a
them to get
theory why.
relegated. Yeah, I'm an Arsenal old school, but you know, I don't forget that I used to go to Wood Green High School, which is Tottenham, White Hart Lane at the moment. White Hart Lane School now. I used to go to Erlen Grove, Tottenham. I grew up in Tottenham, mate. I've got all my mates in Tottenham. I don't want them to go down because fuck the clubs. It's all about us,
forget
the fans.
them, let's have to
Yeah,
get to
it's
the
all
point
about.
about Cyprus.
Wait, one minute. It's all about us, the fans. Yeah. All
It's
right.
me,
Now,
brother. I roped him in.
You got the
so listen to this
GC's
now. Listen
Suat
to
up
this.
at the moment.
All right, so listen to this. For me, if the Turkish Cypriots and the Greek Cypriots in Cyprus, forget about England, but in England, they all get on well. There's not a problem there, all right? If they learn, and I see that day by day, the people, forget the politicians and the politics, a bunch of wankers, all right? They'll never get it right because they don't want to get it right. Because if they get it right, they're going to all be out of work, out of a job, nothing to do, all right? Now they're getting the good paychecks now. They're taking the piss out of everyone. It's been happening for the last 70 odd years and it'll happen for the next 70 odd years. As long as the people can live good together and everyone can have, yes, the same rights under the ROC, I ain't got a problem with that, bruv. Personally, I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got no problem with that. Because at the end of the day, for me, what is the difference if I've got two Turkish Cypriots in front of me, yeah? All right? And they're both the same to me. And one of them's got an ROC passport and he's allowed to do actually whatever he wants. The other one hasn't got an ROC passport and he can't do whatever he wants. You know what I'll tell him? Bear, you stupid, really. Go and get a bloody passport, do whatever you want. Now, that's one way around it. The other way around it, if it changes and there's a legal settlement involved in there that changes it the way you guys want it, so it can be on paper, you know, that, you know, recognition of that. But I ain't got a problem with that either. As long as everyone is getting on all right. And there's no
Think about
problem.
this. Think about this, right? Your Turkish
Dave's too quick
Cypriot
tonight.
friends.
Can't beat him. Go on.
And 2 seconds. Your Turkish
I
Cypriot
object.
friends turn round and begin cheering the ROC football team on, or the Eurovision Song Contest, or whatever it might be, because they have representation in that country. They feel part of it. You know, there's a Turkish Cypriot girl playing, or 3 Turkish Cypriot girls playing in a netball team. You know, there's a Turkish Cypriot goalkeeper suddenly, and a couple of defenders playing for the national team. Suddenly, people start realizing that, hold on a minute, we're part of this country. You know, this is our country too. We feel part of it, and if it's protected by laws and regulations, then you're going to have Turkish Cypriots flying the ROC flag. You know, whether it happens in 1 year or 15 years, as long as they get represented, they'll be flying that
Hey,
flag.
cut the crap now. I ain't got a problem with that. One thing out of all this, you said the football thing, I think doesn't make no sense because it can happen if someone wants to become a football player. But I get your point, though. Don't take me wrong. Again, I'm on the easy side, and that's why I might not see it exactly to the heart the way you see it, yeah? And I respect that. But one thing you did say, and I agree, and I think they're donuts and muppets for not even trying that, the Eurovision Song Contest, which I think is the biggest rip-off, corrupted, I hate it. I hate it, mate. There's no way I'll watch that. I used to watch it when I was in England, right? I hate it, mate.
I might get escape from VIP tickets.
You know what? I believe there should have been Turkish Cypriot. It would have been really good if there was a Turkish Cypriot and a Greek Cypriot.
Yeah, man.
together doing the buzz.
It'll break down all the barriers
Okay.
there. It'll
Yeah,
break down
you
all
know,
the barriers
that
overnight.
that really does sound good.
It's crazy that this is what makes me wonder. Let's come back to what I was saying earlier. Why hasn't it been done? 41 years. It's like turning on a light switch, guys. You suddenly break down the majority of barriers overnight. I can't understand why the Greek Cypriots have
I'll
never
tell
done
you
it.
why. Think about it, bro.
Fucking hell, it's crazy.
1 minute, think about it. Why it didn't happen? I'll tell you why it didn't happen, mate. Because the politicians on the north side and on the south side, they don't want us to get that close together.
They all want division.
They don't
Everyone-
want that. They
and-
don't
and
want. Bravo. They're the ones. I mean, you honestly believe if you go tomorrow and you take a drive around the north, I guarantee you that 99% would say, yeah, I wouldn't mind going into the Eurovision with a Greek Cypriot. And if you go around the south, they'll say the same, that I wouldn't mind. But the politicians will never let that happen because that is one step closer to checkmate. The people want to be together.
Can I say something now, Escape?
Yeah, go on,
before
go on,
you-
go on,
Thank you, mate.
go on.
Yeah, fucking, you're too quick tonight, bro. Can't beat you to the mark.
I've had a
mate.
lot of coffee tonight.
You better say, boy. What's your take on? I heard you, Sav. Respect. What's your take on Turkey?
Who are you asking this? Me or Sav?
Sav.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, tell me.
What's your take on Turkey? How do you feel about Turkey?
Listen, again, I'm going to repeat what I've always said. And this is, you might call me a hypocrite now because I visit Turkey, all right?
Okay.
Because I do the cruises and all that stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
And I ain't got a problem with Turkish people. I've got a problem with the Turkish politics because I disagree with how 1974 was handled. I don't want to get into that now.
Yeah, no. I'm not worried about the past. I'm
Yeah, I
worried
don't want
about-
to get into that now, but because I disagree and it hurts the way down to the heart, it hurts some things that happened in 1974, and I don't blame the Turkish Cypriots for it. I blame Turkey for it, okay? And that's just my piece of thing. I might heal one day, man.
I get it. But the
I
reason
might
I'm
heal one
asking
day.
you, is like, I'm sure TCs feel the same about the junta and Greece and all of that, But, you come up, you're Big Sav, the Greek, yeah? All right? If I was Master G, the Turk, yeah? And I was advocating for Turkey, it could ruffle some GC feathers, couldn't it?
No, man, no. Sab the Greek. Listen, I'll tell you what, mate, yeah?
I'm playing devil's advocate with you a little bit.
I'll tell you,
Yeah, you know that.
I'll give you an example now, yeah?
Go on, bro.
Alexander the Great.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was the great, not the
Yeah,
great.
but what
you
was
got to
it?
be Big Sav the Great. That's what you got to
Yeah,
do.
but
bro.
wait, there's a debate now here. I'm opening a debate. What was
keep going.
Alexander? What was Alexander the Great?
You tell me, bro.
What was it?
Macedonian.
Thank you very much. Well, it's Greek, yeah, but those days it was ancient Greece, innit? It was Greece. Then he's Macedonian, so he's Macedonian, Greek, whatever. I mean, he's honoured in Greece, he's honoured in Macedonia, all right? And then you've got Alex Volkanovski, innit? The UFC champion who
Another
is
battle
half Greek, half Macedonian, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? And he's called Alex the Great.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's Macedonian. His
So,
father
Sav,
is
if
Macedonian.
Turkey and Greece went to war, would you go and help Greece?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Because he's too busy on his Turkish cruises.
They don't need,
got to
they don't
be
need
Big
a
Sav
donut
the
like
Great.
me.
You got to be Big Sav the Great, bro. You got to change your name, bro.
Look, Sav the Greek. Listen, let me explain something.
We're
to
going to
you,
put a
right?
petition in for a name change.
I'm Cypriot, yeah, and I've said
1
this
mil.
before, and I'll say it
That's 1 mil.
again. All right, I'm Cypriot, and the only reason
Your name says otherwise, though. Just
yeah,
so you
but
know.
no, but wait. But if you know me well on TikTok, then you know why I've got Sav the Greek. Now, I'm Cypriot, the way you're Cypriot, the way Escape is Cypriot, the way everyone here are Cypriot. Well, most people here.
Yeah, we're Turkish Cypriot, yeah.
But in Cyprus, we've got Turkish Cypriots and we've got Greek Cypriots.
Yes.
Now, if you go on my professional pages,
Yes,
I've got
professionally.
I've got my name only. I ain't got Sav the Greek or whatever. But here, I want you to know that I'm not Turkish because Cypriot ain't enough. Now, the only reason I know that you're Turkish Cypriot
Yeah.
is because we
You
talk.
know
And
me.
I know you're not Turkish. I know
Exactly.
you're
Like
Turkish.
you just
Yeah,
said that. If you
yeah.
know me, I know you. You don't need
but
Greek in the name. Be
because we
Cypriot, bro.
talk a lot about the
Go on.
Cyprus issue here, I identify myself that I'm a Greek Cypriot and not
I
a
have,
Turkish Cypriot.
just so you know, I have no problems with it. I swear to God, I'm playing with you. However, and you know what I'm like anyway, Sav, yeah? But
And I've said that before.
yeah, but
Why
I'm
I
just
do that,
saying,
why I mention that.
just
You know,
that
it's
there's a lot of hatred towards when TCs want to advocate for Turkey, when Escape goes on a Turkey rant, when anybody else goes on a Turkey rant, you know, there's some level of detesting in it, all right? But then, you know, they'll love you to come up and advocate for the GC side, but you rep for Greeks, right? A Greek.
yeah, I'm a Greek Orthodox. I'm listen. You know, whether we like it or not, we're Greek Cypriots.
I
Us. I'm
agree.
talking about us now.
I agree.
When
But
we go to politics, though, and again, if anyone's here that knows me when I talk, they know that I'm not talking shit crap and I'm not a hypocrite. I always say that the way I don't trust the Turkish politics, I don't trust the Greek politics, mate. I've got the Greek politics and the Turkish politics, unfortunately, in the same box. Look, wrap it up. Get on a boat, one of those wiki cruises.
what politics do you trust?
Go onto the 18th floor and throw that box
Yeah,
in
but
the
is
water,
there
man.
any politics? You're saying it like there is some sort of political regime that you do trust. I'm sure there is none.
No, but especially the Greek and the Turkish politics destroyed Cyprus, and that is the only reason why I don't like them. And that is the only reason I don't waste my breath on them. They're a bunch of
Look,
scumbags. You know what I mean?
Shisto said it right in the bottom. Look, even Escape removed Turkiev from his name. I think it's only fair, isn't it, Sav?
Yeah. Guys, you know what I mean. I'll do anything for you guys to make you happy. You know what I mean? If you want,
Master, why did you
I
remove it?
swear I'm
I can
fucking with
become a
you.
pack bash too. You know
I
what I mean?
swear I'm fucking with you.
Hey,
I
Sam, what
swear.
was your name before you changed it to the Greek? I don't actually remember.
Yeah, man. Let me see. Wait,
What was it? Was it just Big Sav before?
Yeah, man. Big
It was just
Sav,
Big
yeah.
Sav. Yeah, he was just Big Sav. That's it.
Yeah, big. But you know what it was there? I put on 5 kilos. Yeah.
What, you
Now
become
I-
Now you're big Sav.
Now you become, no, you put on 5
and I
kilos
started
and went
getting-
Greek.
yeah, I started getting a complex, like saying Big Sav.
BBS, not BBF.
Big Sav.
Master, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me a question, Rabbi.
Do you see yourself the same as like mainland Turks?
Not really.
Why?
Why? Because first, I'm born and bred in England.
His heads are
Secondly,
too flat.
my nose is a bit different. And so are my ears. No, I'm only joking, bro. I reside. My lineage comes from Cyprus, bro. We're Turks of Cyprus.
Yeah, so as Big Sav, his lineage comes from Greece, and he hasn't forgotten his lineage.
Yeah, that's true. But everyone's allowed to identify. Some people can identify as a flip flop nowadays, bro.
Oh,
We're all Cypriots, but this is how it goes, man. Some people are Turkish Cypriots, they're Muslims. Some people are Greek Cypriots, they're Greek Orthodox, all right? And we identify ourselves. But at the end of all that, if you were going to come and sit down and talk serious with me, then I'll tell you, listen, mate, I'm Cypriot. And when I'm in another country, I never say I'm Greek. I say, where are you from? I'm from Cyprus. Tell me
Same.
one place that
Same.
you've gone
I do
to
the
and
same.
you've said, I'm from Turkey, Cyprus. You sound from Cyprus, I'm from, yeah?
Let's
my
just
mum
say
and dad's
you.
are
All
from
right.
Cyprus,
Let's just
yeah.
say you
Okay,
lot
I'm
unified. Let's just say you lot unified. Yeah. I'm gonna give the most simple problem that's gonna probably happen. There's gonna be racism, for example.
That's the first true thing you said. That's just true. There will be,
There
but
already is racism.
yeah, that's
Well,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have nukes, so yeah, that wasn't.
Another 10 years, and that's it. Listen, there's only 10 years left.
It'll be a little
After
longer
10
than that.
Yeah, after 10 years, guys, come on. After 10 years, we're
Rabbi, let's ask Rabbi.
we're gonna be the senior people.
How does he plan to eradicate racism from the world?
I don't think we should like racism or racism.
What's wrong with racism though? It exists everywhere. What's the issue if there is racism?
There isn't an
Are
issue,
we
but
literally even actually seriously asking that question? Really?
Yeah, I was gonna say there is a big
There is an issue, but
Yeah.
it exists, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's what
No,
I'm trying
but
to say.
there's justified racism doesn't make it good. And then when I say that, that sounds really mad. I said this the other night. Yeah, it does sound mad. But let me explain before everyone gets on my back over it. If someone's whole family was unalived by a specific race, you would understand why they hold racism. It's not good. They shouldn't have it. They need to work through it, and they need to eradicate that racism from their heart, because you shouldn't be living in this world with any racism in you at all. But you would sit there and go, I see why this person's struggling. They need a little bit more of a wider berth. They need a bit more of attention to get through that. And if you can't, you just keep them away from you, right? Because no one wants to be associated with a racist. But do you understand? There's justified. Hence why there's justified racism on Cyprus. You know, the South is going to have systemic racism. The North is going to have some systemic racism. And when them two get together, that shit's going to shine. And guess what? Even if something happens on the island and it's got nothing to do with racism, the media propaganda machine is going to spit it out like it's racism. And then it's all going to kick off the other racists again. So,
Bruv, I believe that every human being
10 years ain't enough. Go on, sorry.
I believe that every human being has got that 5%, even if you're not one of those fanatic racist arseholes, you know, that category. Every human being, though, it's got about 5% of racism in him that is the innocent racism. I believe there's nothing wrong with you being a little bit racist, but keep your racism in your house. You don't have to.
Actually, like serious. I really don't understand.
no,
why
I
you're
understand,
taking
Sav. I mean, it's like preferences, like cultural preferences.
It's not like, how can you sit there and
Sophia, stop this
justify-
woke
firstly,
mentality.
The justify
We're not
word
Western.
is not
Stop
right. It's like you can understand why someone might be racist, but it doesn't mean it's justified.
Forgive me, you're correct. I'm maybe using the wrong word, Sophia.
Sophia, they're talking about
No.
cultural
Let Sophia finish though, bro. Let Sophia
I
finish.
don't
then you
like.
can
Who
come in.
even are you to be saying Sophia all the time?
Well, I mean, that's your name.
Yeah, but I'm trying to speak and I haven't spoken to
Yeah,
you
but you're
before,
just
and
gonna
speaking over me.
you're just gonna yap woke nonsense. We're not Western. Stop trying to push this Western agenda. down our throats.
Rabbi,
I'm
hold it
not
down, because
Western.
Sophia is part of the team, bro. Come on,
I'm fucking Middle Eastern, you twat.
go on.
I'm a one-man team.
Jesus fucking
I know,
Christ.
but one man team gets booted off normally. Don't do that. Stick around. Right, Sophia, go on.
I just don't think the word justified
You're
is
correct.
right.
I take it back. Understandable racism. Then I should have used that.
Yeah.
Fair
I
enough.
also think it does depend in what context you are talking, because there is a difference between racism and prejudice, but I'm not going to go down that fucking road right now. I don't agree either that talking about it in your, like, I grew up around racism and prejudice in my family, as you've all been aware, that those of you that have spoken to me before, especially when it comes to being raised Greek Cypriot and the opinions I was raised around with Turkish people. I would not accept, and I do not accept, even before having children, it was very clear to anyone that entered my house, you say anything that is racist or xenophobic, you get the fuck out of my house because you're not welcome. So I don't understand the mentality of it's okay to do it in your house, because that's where the problem starts.
What
because
about
then you think
if it's your
okay.
birthday and you're getting a birthday present?
What? I don't understand. You lost me.
Fair enough, all off there, sir.
I visited her house. I got my birthday presents with me. And I was a little bit racist. Are you going to throw me out your house before you get your present?
Only if you were a little bit
You
racist,
can,
you'd be right.
take the present back if I've already opened it. You're welcome to that. That's fine.
So lady, would you consider racism if I said I don't want my daughter to marry an African? If I had a daughter.
Yes, that is racist.
That's racist, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? That's my
racist.
cultural preference.
No, that's just straight up.
Okay, what's your?
You can say cultural preference, but that's just dressing up racism.
You can name it however you want.
It might be the
I'm
norm
protecting my
in
culture.
your family, but
Yeah,
it's
but he's got a right. He's got a right.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. Yeah, let's unpack that.
That's
What
a
if
very good point. That's a
What if
very
an
good
African man treated your daughter like a princess? Yeah, absolutely catered for the rest of her life, and a Turkish man would put his thumb on her head and keep her oppressed throughout. And that was your only two choices. What would you pick?
Well, the The stats show that Africans
No,
don't
no,
really do
no,
that.
no. That was a either or answer. There was no stats on that. You can come back with that after.
No,
But which
Master,
one
no,
would which one would you pick? I'm
Master,
trying to
that's
understand the basis of your racism. So when I say to you, which one would you pick? Wouldn't it not be the one who treats your daughter like a princess? No.
my daughter can't be treated like a princess out of her culture.
Sorry.
Her cultural needs can't be satisfied by someone that's not part of her culture.
So if she's protected, yeah, financially stable, loved, cared for,
Any
yeah,
man should do
supported
that.
throughout. No, but I'm just saying there's two scenarios, yeah, and I'm just saying if these were your only two
No,
scenarios,
she's gonna have to be
would you
single.
still pick the Turkish person?
No, she's
Yeah,
gonna
but
have to be single.
but 1 minute, there's a level before that, because if he's a kind of person, 1 minute, if he's a kind of person lives in a household where his daughter will not go with a certain race, okay, that means he won't get to that point where his daughter's gonna come home and say, you know what, Dad, me got Jamaican blood in me now, you know, me got, you know, you ain't gonna do that, bruv.
That was
You understand?
racist. That was racist on another level. But
Why?
So
No, he ain't
mad.
gonna do that
let me just
because
stop you for a minute.
because she got brought up not
Listen,
to do that.
okay, I know I'm asking a hypothetical, but what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to understand. He said let me go back. He said it was cultural preferences over racism. So what I've done is posed him with a scenario for him to justify whether it was a cultural thing or it's actually racism. Yeah,
Well, it's
and he's
both.
not answering the question
I want my
because
grandkids to look like me. It's simple.
so it's racism then. It's nothing to do with their
How is that
well-being.
racism?
Because it's nothing to do with someone's
No,
well-being.
he can live in society, have his rights as much as
But
I
what's wrong
do.
if they don't look like you?
Also,
Then
they cannot look like
that's
you and
not
still
part
have
of
the
my
same
bloodline.
culture.
No, but you have to respect that, man. You know, the
No,
man
no,
wants to
no, I
stay
don't have to
there.
respect that. If the whole world looked like me, fuck me. You can't have that much
No,
handsome in
Master,
one world.
Master,
Yeah?
don't make it complex. You understand. You understand what I mean.
I don't actually, bro. I've got daughters. Have you got any kids?
I'm
No,
so
no,
glad
no.
that I
You
never have
don't?
to worry about my children coming
I'm,
home and
I'm
being
really
afraid what I'll
sorry.
think of who they love.
I'm really sorry. If you want your kids to look like you might as well marry your sister. Bro, you shut your
Is
mouth.
it?
Shut your mouth, you inbred, you little ducky inbred. Shut
Fucking
your
hell.
mouth. Shut your
Fucking
mouth.
hell.
Caucasian, I didn't know you're part African, man.
Yeah, I'm Ethiopian. If you must know.
Yeah,
Well,
first of all,
we're all
no one
Ethiopian.
should have the 1 minute, guys, 1 minute, because I think I'm older than the lot of you. Yeah. Now, no one should have a go at anyone else. Okay, if they, you know, it doesn't mean that they don't. Like the one Turkish guy, I'll give the example of Rabbi now because I'm not going to use me as an example. If this Rabbi kid says that, you know what, I ain't got a problem. I've got Jamaican friends, I've got African friends, but in my household, my daughter, she has to bring in this list here. I don't want this, and this is how I brought her up. He's entitled to that, man. No one's got a right to have a go at someone because they think like that. That ain't racist, bruv. Racist is
Go on.
if he says, I don't want you walking next to
You need
I
to
don't want
re-educate yourself on that word. Sorry, bruv. I love ya. I do. I love ya. I don't know what I'm saying there. I love ya, bruv. But that you have to take that one, bro. Please. You said earlier when you said you're a donor. I wouldn't say that to you. You said that. Yeah. But when it comes to education, and trust me, I have it around this. What you're saying there is about racism. You think that the racism borderlines from them wanting to walk with them or be with them.
No, Master, you're once
Now,
again
1 minute,
just
1
taking
minute,
it
1
out of
minute.
hand.
no, man, you're going extreme,
What
bruv.
we're
I'm not,
saying,
bruv.
what we're
What
saying
you're
is, if
saying
you're
is
going to be
extreme.
racist, put your hands up to it and own your shit. That's all. If you
Yeah,
want to be
that's what you
racist,
should
that's
do.
fine. But
Yeah,
just don't say I'm not racist when you're racist.
yeah.
No, as I've said, so for example, I would actually be okay if she had a Greek husband. Because why? We share the same culture, we have the same history,
Bravo.
all of this stuff.
Bravo.
But I don't have nothing.
What's
Wait.
going
I don't have nothing
So
to
watch
do.
this. So
You just
watch
put
Can I
this.
Kerrygold
finish?
all
I
over
do
his
understand his
spaghetti
not having a
room.
choice.
Boyfriend who comes to your home, kisses your hand at Bayram, yeah, kisses Nene's hand at Bayram. Imagine he's African, comes in and plays his part culturally, yeah. What is he not in the culture now because of the way he looks? Racist, bro.
No,
Yeah?
no, no.
Rabbi,
Get it
let me
right.
ask you a question.
Master.
Rabbi,
Get it
let me
right,
ask you a
bro.
question. Would you
Racist.
prefer a Christian Greek marrying your daughter or a Muslim Arab?
Okay, so if you're gonna take it into religion,
I've put them next to each other.
yeah, if you're gonna take it into religion, that's a choice, a religious choice.
Now, I want to work out if you're racist or not, because you're saying Greeks
I
are the
don't want her
same
to marry a
race
Chinese
as
either
us.
or a Malaysian. I have nothing in
They're not
common
that
with a
different
Malaysian
racially
person.
speaking. They're not that different from
No,
us,
look,
right?
it's simple. Look, all of our cultures and identities is pretty much shaped around by our countries and our environment. What's around our country is the Balkans, it's the
Stop
Caucasus,
waffling. If the Sultan of Brunei come
the Arab
down
nations,
and the
anything
Sultan of
other than
Brunei
that
says,
is
I
foreign
want your
to me.
daughter for my son, are you going to let her get married to Arab?
If
Yes
your
or no?
daughter brings home some guy from Israel, what are you going to do, man?
He don't mind Israelis.
Well,
If he don't mind Greeks,
No,
but
no, no,
he
not
can't.
him. You,
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Who, me?
you.
Well, like, listen, my daughter
Yeah,
can marry
well,
whoever she
what?
whoever
If
she
he
wants.
brings Israeli
Yeah, whoever.
I
anti-Palestine,
can answer that, Billy, bro.
pro is. Let him answer that, bruv. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Go on.
Your daughter. Well, let's not use your daughter. Hey, whatever brings home Israeli,
Yeah.
pro-Israel,
Yeah.
anti-Palestine,
Yeah.
go FAS.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do, bruv?
I would not be happy, but not
Oh,
based
all
on
right.
his
Okay.
race. But
So
wait,
you're
Stan,
racist.
not on
You're
his race.
No,
But
you're
wait,
racist,
one sec.
mate.
Let me finish.
You are
Let me
racist,
finish.
brother. How
I can
dare you
listen.
be racist?
Listen, what I'm saying.
How dare you?
I don't like racist people. For me,
I don't give a
Israelis,
care. Come on, mate. Wake up and smell the roses, man.
Israelis are part of white supremacy,
Come on, mate.
and therefore they're racist because what they're doing
You're
Palestinians.
racist because you're not accepting it, mate.
1 minute, Sam. I'm saying to you, I think Israelis are racist. Same as I think what Americans done to the Red Indians, putting them on reservations and that. I think that's racist as well. Do you understand? Like, it's not because of their ethnicity that I don't like them. It's like, it's their politics.
Look, everyone, I've got to be honest, Sav, ask yourself what racism means. Yeah, it is to dislike someone for their race.
Not their politics, their race.
No, their race. Their race. That's racism.
No one said
Their
I dislike.
politics is
No.
different.
You're taking it to another level. Listen, guys. Listen. You're taking it to another level. You know, we're making another conversation here.
I'm not.
Now,
You're just not accepting the truth.
No. It's
I'm
not.
sorry,
But
bro. You're taking it rudely.
No,
but
my
don't do
truth.
that. It's not rude.
My truth
is racist.
My truth is
It's
my
racist.
truth. No, it ain't.
It
In my
You
house.
just said you accept it in your house.
Listen. In my house, I do whatever I want in my house, and
right.
I never mix outside my house with my house. All right. Now, that is down to me. Outside my house, I've got Turkish friends, black friends, Asian friends, Israeli friends, Palestine friends, and I'm not joking now. Syrians, Lebanese. I've got the works. I might go out, eat with them, drink with them, do business with them. In my house is my rules.
That's racist, bro.
Outside, no, it's not racist. That's down to me, brother.
No,
now, if I go, listen, if I go outside my house and I go to a Turk and I am abusive to him, I go to a Lebanese and I'm abusive, I go to that means I'm racist. When I'm outside my house and I'm respecting.
You sound like someone that says, "I've got a black friend. I'm not
No,
racist."
Master, that doesn't sound like it.
In my house, it's
that's
my
mad.
rules. Outside my house, I respect everyone. I'm
You
not
know what?
racist, bruv.
Rabbi sounds quite young. No disrespect, bro. But how old are you, bro?
I'm early 20s.
All right, you're early 20s, bro. Just trust me when I say this to you. Sorry, Sav. Don't listen to Sav. Yeah?
No, he's right, though.
No, he's not right. You're going to grow up and you're going to be a racist. Don't do that. I'm sorry, Sav. That what you're saying is racist, bro. Listen, one time when I used to study counseling, I've said this many times, and I'll say it again because it seems apparent. When I was studying counseling, and I said to my teacher, I said, I don't think I can sit there and listen to a man tell me about their sexual exploits with another man. And she said, could you sit there and listen to a woman tell you about her sexual exploits with another woman? I said, of course I can. She went, then you're prejudiced. I went, what? No, I didn't right.
Not Dad.
No, but hold on. I didn't understand.
Sorry, I didn't realise I wasn't on mute.
Okay, cool. I didn't understand the meaning of
I
the
thought
word
she was calling you
prejudice.
dad.
No, she was off mute. Listen, I didn't understand the meaning of the word prejudice. I heard arsehole. Yeah? I didn't know what it meant. That's what I heard. Arsehole. So I went away. I researched this word. I looked it up. Had a bit of a soul search, a little bit of a deep dive, and yeah. What prejudice means is to favor one group over another. Okay,
Based on race.
That's
Based on
prejudice.
race.
No.
Isn't it?
Just
It's
what?
racism.
No. But hold on. Just on prejudice. Yeah, that means to
Yeah.
favor one group over another. So for me to favor
Yeah.
lesbians over gays, that's a prejudice. Now,
Yeah.
when I done a bit of research on that and soul search, that I was in my early 20s at the time, I realized, oh shit, that is prejudice. Actually, does it have any bearing on my sexuality if that man is talking about that? No, it doesn't. Actually, would we even be exploring that topic? No, we wouldn't, because it wouldn't be of paramount importance when
Master,
you're
do
doing
you
most
support
casting. But the point
LGBTQ?
I'm making to you is you need to understand a word before you can actually talk on it. If you're going to sit here and
Yeah,
say
it's not a grey
that it's
area.
okay
There's
to
no
say
grey area
racism
here.
is
It's
okay
black and
in
white.
your home, then you're not, and that's fine, and it's not racist, then I don't think you should talk about the topic of racism, because you're educating a young
Let's
man.
change the subject, man. Come on.
Yeah,
Let's change the subject.
let's
Hadi.
do that, bro. Let's
Wait,
do
wait,
that. But
Master,
you know
do
why
you
it was
support?
apparent, though? Hold on. You know why it was apparent? Because we're talking about the racism between
Nah, let's change the
Greeks and
subject, bro.
Turks.
You
No,
know, why
between
should I
Greeks and
sit?
Turks.
But I
You know
disagree
what I
with
mean?
you because you're labeling me, and I don't like it. So let's change the subject. Come on.
Okay, well,
No,
look,
but the thing is, though, Steph, by your definition, you said you were dismissing people based on their race.
Listen, I
So
said
we,
to you, you do whatever you want in your house, and I
but
gave,
1 minute,
and
1
listen,
minute.
I checkmated you.
You
All
can
right,
do what you want.
you're more racist than anyone, mate. So end the
All right,
subject.
listen, what I'm
Come
saying
on.
to you, if I don't like
You're more racist than
Israelis,
anyone. I
hold
tell you what,
on, hold on.
if my
You're an
daughter brought
anti-Semite,
Can I
me,
not speak though?
if my daughter brought me an Israeli guy,
Yeah, but it,
well, let me finish. A Palestinian guy,
okay.
a Syrian guy, what? Oh, come in, man. Let me check you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And she knows what to bring me. She
yeah,
knows what to bring me. You
yeah,
go by politics, religion.
He's an anti-Semite.
I tell
yeah.
you
That's
what,
not
mate.
racist,
You're a
though. That's
dangerous
not
racist
racist.
person. You're
Sava, that's not
dangerous.
racist. Sava,
Dangerous.
that's not
Paladin
racism.
should track
Dangerous
you down.
blood.
All
It's
right,
not
I can be
racist.
dangerous as you want me to be,
Dangerous.
but that's not racism,
Anyway,
bro.
they change the subject. You're getting boring.
Hadi. All right.
Listen,
All
it's a
right, Mr.
dangerous
Master.
subject. I mean,
it's not even a dangerous subject.
Yeah,
It's
no,
so
but
mad.
I
It's
was
a black
I
it's
was
a
on a site
dictionary
recently and
definition.
someone tried to
Dictionary. Why are we
say that
opening no
it would be
panels?
very
Dictionary
dangerous.
How
definition
can you
of a
call
word.
someone racist when you don't know him, mate?
Can I
Because
say?
I'm saying to you, you're dismissing
You're
people
talking
based
on
on their
TikToks.
race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said I'm
listen.
a donut
You
about half an
said
hour.
Dad, they're woke.
No, you
All
Dad,
right,
fucking
they're
man.
believe
All
it.
right,
Well,
but
okay,
we need to
last
be
thing,
correct
Sav,
for the
your
children. There's
words,
children
What's the matter
here.
with you, there?
bruv,
What's
your
the matter with
words
you?
were racism. We all have, these are your words. I'm giving you back your words.
Dad, they're
Everyone
woke.
has
Them
racism,
master guys, what's
and
the
it's
matter with you, man?
allowed in your house. I'm just giving you back your words. I'm not saying to you
Let's
nothing
forget
new.
about it. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Come on, change subject, man.
Well,
Yeah.
listen, it's not my, I hope you
Go to
do. I
someone
hope you
else.
solve that problem,
I'm
bro.
done with the racist stuff. It's not a nice subject. Leave it.
Well, then, yeah, but how can we move on to Cyprus if if we're seeing you as racist and you don't want to talk about racism, but the whole topic is about two races?
Master Gas, I think what
Why
he's
do you
arguing
think
about,
he's called the
How
whole
do we
world?
talk about
I
two
think he's
races?
arguing,
Master Gas,
Eddie,
listen.
his argument is that he's not a racist. He's just a bigot in general.
You know
He's
what we
just generally
say.
bigoted.
You
That's
know what we
fine.
say. You know what we say in my village. People that talk a lot, you have to be careful of them.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
two
people
evil
that
mouths.
talk a
What
lot.
was that?
Yeah, what that means is what you talk a lot that you're not, you are. So don't give it to me, guys. Change the subject, I said, man. Let's
All right, we're
move
changing
on.
the
We'll
subject.
change the
Let's move on.
subject. We're going to
Move
change the
on.
subject right now. But just so you're not
Oh, there
surprised.
you go.
No. But just so you're not surprised. We're changing the subject right now. But just so you're not surprised, we're about to talk about two races in Cyprus, yeah?
No, what?
Well,
Just
look,
want that- just
look,
want that on the record, bro.
master, my
You're not
advice,
talking about Greeks,
master,
races,
You're not
master,
races.
You're not
master,
talking
my
about me.
advice.
You're not talking about me,
One
bro.
minute.
I'm saying
Let me
we're
ask Rabbi.
talking about two races.
No, don't
I
even
want to ask
go
Rabbi
there.
a question.
Don't even go there.
Rabbi,
Now,
listen.
joke has become too much now. Come on.
Sava, Hadi, listen. So Rabbi, I want to ask you a question, yeah?
Hadi.
Yeah.
Do you recognize yourself as a particular ethnicity, like a race, yourself?
Yes, he does. His name says Sav the
I'm mixed
Greek.
race, innit? Like, I've got mixtures in me, right? But I'm saying, do you recognize yourself as someone who's ethnically, like, from a pure blood race?
No,
Is that
no,
what
I
you're
don't. I
saying?
don't do that blood. I don't do that blood test stuff. I'm a Turk. It's that simple.
All right, so if you're a Turk,
I do
then you're
tribal
saying
stuff.
if you're a Turk, then Israelis and Greeks are the same race as you, you, right? What about
Well, if you want to
Georgians?
go
Are they
into
the same? Wait,
sub-races,
I want to ask you
Caucasian,
one by
then
one.
yeah.
Listen, let's go through it. So Georgians, are they the same as you?
They're close, yeah, genetically.
What about
Yeah.
Bosnians? Are they the same as you?
Well, you could say they're close, I guess.
All right. What about Macedonians? Are they the same as you?
Yeah, it gets further and further, but yeah, they're
No, but
close.
one minute.
It
What
depends
about
on what you mean by close.
what about
Caucasian. You have to compare it to
Are they the
something
same
else.
race as you? Like
Wait,
you're
wait,
saying that
hold
as
up,
long as
hold
the
up.
kids come out looking like you're cool, right?
No, hold up. First of all, you need to compare it with something else so we know what we're talking about when it comes to same clothes, etc. So your comparison should be a Bosnian and a Chinese. Which one is closer? And then are you talking about like Caucasian, Mongoloids? What are you talking about here?
Are you Greek?
Me? No.
Okay. Can your daughter marry a Greek?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's blessed. That's fine. So that's two races coming together right there, and you ain't got a problem with it. So your racism stems differently. So you're looking
It's just
about
cultures that have nothing to do with me.
okay,
or
yeah, but it's
people.
a bit
What
more than
he's saying,
culture.
Eddie, is colorism. He's
It's
saying
color. It's what I'm saying. It's
colorism.
not.
I
He
don't
already
want a
said it though. He
Chinese
wants him to
either.
look like
No,
him, innit? He
hold
wants him
up,
to look like him.
hold up. Chinese. So Chinese people could come in very pale forms. I don't want a Chinese either. They have nothing to do with their culture. It's very foreign to me.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen some Chinese Turks, bro. Especially like
They're not
Mongolian.
Chinese though.
Xenophobia, not
They're not
racism.
Like
Chinese. They're
Mongolian
Turks,
as well.
as
Do
you
you know what I
said.
mean?
So look, Master. All I have to say is this to the woke people. Yeah.
God.
Don't try save the whole world because if you try to be Superman, there's a
That's
saying.
it,
The
bro.
guy who tried to be Superman went
Superman.
crazy. This is why all the woke people are on depression tablets. You guys, you don't try save everyone. It's okay. Just move
But,
on.
I don't need to
But
save the world. I just
thank
need
you
to
for
make sure
trying
my
though,
kids are
Master
decent
Gas, man.
people.
No,
Thank you
no,
for trying.
no. We
No,
haven't.
no,
I'll
thank you.
always.
I
You're very.
appreciate you trying to save the world.
TC,
Yeah.
you
The
can. That's your
world
choice,
cannot be
TC.
saved.
You
It's
can marry.
okay.
You can already.
Listen,
So someone in the
you're more
comments
than
said they're married
welcome.
to
No, more
Japanese.
than welcome.
You
It's my
can be,
pleasure
bro.
to
Like, that's
assist
up
you
to
on
you.
that journey.
No,
More
look,
than
someone in
welcome.
the comments said I'm married to a Japanese person. You can be. I don't care about you. Like, anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you for having me up. Bye bye.
You know what? It's
Bloody
mad.
hell.
Rotted.
We've
Take care,
upset.
Man was
brother.
on a
Take
mad
Hold
thing,
on.
bro.
We upset
Rabbi,
the
you've done
troll.
well.
No,
You've
we
done
upset the
well.
troll. I see that as a victory.
We were
Yeah,
trolling the
definitely.
troll there, man.
Yeah, what was that?